computer. Hello everybody, this is the Fragments. This is a D&D campaign I'm playing with my friends. These are my friends. Today we are a person down, a player down, but we shall get along anyway. Killian is a bit poorly today. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do a bit of an introduction because we didn't actually do that on the last video. So before we get into the actual thing, we have Scott who's playing.
I'm Dante, the half-elf Horizon Walker Ranger, sorry.
And we have Matt who's playing.
Jackson, the half-orc fighter.
And we have Lou who's playing.
I am playing Serial, the high elf.
And I'm Pete, I'm the DM. I'm going to just quickly change my screen name. I probably should do. And I'm also playing the role of Charles Irwin, who you guys met last week. What did you think of Charles?
I thought you should wear more clothes.
That's the problem. He's normally wearing too many clothes.
Yeah, the one time he doesn't wear his clothes, everyone's complaining.
Did we get his armor back? Did you manage to get his armor
clothes back? But he hasn't got his armor back, so his armor class has gone from 18 to 13 now.
Ouch.
Yeah, so he's pretty pissed. Well, he doesn't get pissed. He's just, oh well.
He's slightly grumpy.
Yeah.
So he'll be learning Armour of Faithful then.
Yeah, it's basically everyone's going to have to protect the clerics so that they can get healed. So yeah, so where we left off the last time that you were with us with the party, you were welcomed aboard this being converted slaver ship, and you were welcomed below decks into the bunks that were converted from the actual slave hold, which previously the original setup is still here. As you can see, there were rings in the floor, and they were there to bind the prisoners. However, each has got bunks now, and the 4 human people aboard the ship, the Epen family, they've kind of taken up residence in the front of the ship up here. So there's the 4 of them up this end here. That's kind of become their little area. And they're very close, close-knit little family, and they've obviously been through some hardships together once being captured and taken aboard the ship. Dante's here, and Jackson's here, like in the bunks down in the bottom. And you've got Grench Strongfist also sleeping down here. That's the female dwarf that is aboard the ship, who's actually done most of the hard work doing the conversions to the ship, building the bunks out and stuff like that. At the moment, Runist Heap is down on the lower deck, down with the supplies. He's the Luxodon, and he's taken up most of the cooking duties aboard the ship. He's kind of more like a family man, so he's kind of taken to that sort of role within the kind of structure that's now forming on the ship. Up on top deck, you've got Harsel. He's taken to steering. He's the happiest human you've ever seen steering a boat. He grins with his bare top, his Iggy Pop type body, swinging the wheel of the boat round. Taj often on the deck playing her small bellowed instrument, accordion, and Flix Pedigree up near the front of the ship, sort of always looking out forwards, the sprite spinning around. And Serial has always taken to being the kind of lookout a lot of the time, because she's got the elven ability to just meditate rather than sleep. She's taken to looking out. And as we talked about out of game, Killian is not feeling very well. And Charles has been in to check on him. Charlie's down here as well, and found that he's staying in bed. He's tossing and turning and not feeling very bright at all. And it's about time for change of the guard aboard the ship. But we zoom in now to Serial. And it's the night when you got aboard the ship finally. But the night passes quite quietly. And you, Dante and Matt are left peacefully to recuperate. So assume you've taken long rests, guys, please. And hit points and restore spell slots if you have them. And Dawn is a kind of relative thing on Earl, as you know, because of the geosynchronous orbit, but it starts to get lighter. And Serial, you're atop your mast in the crow's nest, which you've taken to be your place of solace, away from the likes of the people you have been told all of your life, with your high elf upbringing, are lower mortals, lesser beings that matter less. Your high elf teachings have led you to believe that most of the beings that roamed these material lands were, much lesser, with twisted hearts and dulled brains. But you glance down and the shift changes on the ship down below, and Grench Strongfist comes up from the lower deck and relieves Harsel at the helm and lets Harsel go below. They exchange some words of camaraderie, and there's pats on the back exchanged, and Harsel, weary, happy, with a grin on his face, returns below deck to rest up in the lower decks. And like I said, Flix is hovering up at the prow, right up on the top deck over here. She becomes suddenly excited as a orca start breaking the surface, and you see these two, Sariel, as these orcas start following along with the ship, coming towards the surface of the water to get those few rays of sun and start warming their icy bodies from the depths. You look down and you see this camaraderie between Grench and Harsel, and then she takes the wheel and lets out the most humongous fart, scratches down in her trousers, and then reaches out of her trousers and twists her quite fabulous moustache, and the magic of that moment is shattered. But there's still a lingering sense of learning and enlightenment in your heart as you glance over the ice floes once more. Dante.
Yes.
You wake up bolt upright with a stifled scream, panting and sweat pouring from you. You dreamt of twisted, giggling things that clawed and laughed and tore and fed upon the village, the wizards, and the ones you knew to be the patriarch of the School of Wizards, Bizarre Faircast. You turn and you see Jackson staring across the room at you. He's been awake and watching you sleep and sees you wake up.
Morning.
Morning.
You always
Sorry
that
if I woke you.
Are you always that excitable?
On occasion. Depends on how good the dream is. Or bad, as the case may be. How are you this morning?
Well, the boat's not sinking.
Well, it's an improvement on last time I woke up. I'll give you that.
Not entirely sure where we're heading.
Neither am I. I think they said something about the mainland, but as far as I remember, I think we were headed towards town, but I forgot the name of it because I'm a moron.
You were trying to dock at the small town of Esterland, which is to the east of South Gate, which is.
You have the map, please.
I haven't got it to. I can't screenshot. Can I screenshot?
Oh yeah, we were going to cross the ice bridge to the southern
Yeah.
continent.
Yeah, that was the plan, to go on a mission with Serial to find her reward. But the only way, according to the maps aboard the ship, to dock, it was at Esterland, which was
We'll probably also
braggy
need
little town
and a new
along
boat.
from there, on the southern coast.
Well, I need to stop at any town that sells daggers because I left mine in that bloody iceberg.
So you assume that Estland might have these kind of things.
I'm hoping.
Charles is actually he's checked on Killian in the night and gone up, and he was up in the captain's quarters, up at one of the desks in the captain's quarters, and he was asleep, snoring away, with at the table where there was actually a kit of sort of amateur potion making in this room. And he's fallen asleep, and there's the scratches on parchments of notes that he's making from the information that he'd gleaned from the captain's notes and stuff. And Killian was having these terrible dreams and sweats and palpitations, and is left below deck. So dawn is coming. What are you guys going to do?
I think I might come out onto the deck. I need some exercise. I need to work on my agility.
Okay, so you're coming up.
Make sure I've not lost my edge after that really cold water.
Up the stairs, you walk past the Eppin family, who are also sort of rousing.
I just sort of look at them and nod and walk away.
They kind of have gone as you have approached. As they notice you, they stop their conversation quietly and kind of hush themselves.
Can I just sort of glare at them?
The eldest of them stands up and says, "Good morning to you. How are you feeling after your icy dip?"
Better now. At least no parts of me are looking to vacate the premises due to cold, which is
very
better.
Good. Very good. We are doing fine. Runist is making some sort of breakfast with the rations we have aboard, I believe.
Ah, is it served down below, or is he bringing it up?
We normally eat on the upper deck and try and get the food smells not to permeate the living quarters here.
Ah, good call. Especially if people are trying to sleep, you don't want them woken up in the middle of the night or middle of the day with very good food.
Indeed. Well, good is well, sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's Luxodons have a strange palate.
Ah, I've never met a Luxodon before, so it'd be interesting to see what their food's like.
Runist is a good fellow. Yeah, he's a good fellow. So you proceed up the deck and you come out of the stairs on the upper level.
Yes.
And you notice immediately Sariel is up above, peering over the crow's nest. Taj is just sitting outside the captain's door, captain quarters door, the kind of castle on the bit below, and she's just sitting there merrily playing a tune on her accordion and dozing kind of thing. So she's been kind of half on watch, half not. So
I sort of wave up at Serial and I go and kick Taj because you shouldn't sleep on watch.
Taj looks up with a smile, and there's a as she pushes the accordion together and says, "Good morning."
Good watch there.
Oh, fantastic! Very boring. Nothing was happening at all.
If it had, you probably wouldn't have noticed, would you?
Well, you got old pointy ears up the top there. She's pretty good at looking at stuff, and well,
I just sort of surreptitiously brush my hair aside to show my also pointy ears.
Oh, my apologies. I better go and get me actual proper rest now then. And she proceeds below deck and goes and starts keeping up with Harsel. What are you doing, Jackson? So go on.
I'll head upstairs.
Yeah, cool. So this orc emerges up behind you, Dante, and Serial, you look down upon the deck and you can see those guys hanging out.
Hi guys.
Oh, then.
Hey.
Just like, hey.
Are we
Everyone just stood there waving.
we're heading towards Esteland, yeah? Is that like the closest port, or?
So the continent of Frohast is mostly very tall ice barriers all the way around this continent. It's basically like an iceberg with sheer shelf that's pretty much unscalable. There are two places to gain access from this side of the ice bridge. That is the ice bridge itself by going to the mainland and crossing the bridge. And there is a port of Orcafell, which is on the far eastern side, but the decision was made last game, which can change, that you weren't going to go that way for fear of bigger ice flows.
Yeah.
As you get closer to there, the ice flows get thicker, more dangerous, and more deadly. And with the ship
Considering
design,
last time we ended up with an iceberg in the middle of our ship,
Yeah.
I don't think I like that plan.
This ship has been almost destroyed twice now. I'd like to keep it in one piece.
I think that's a
I
I
good
mean, we've
call.
got like sort of bite marks on the side of it.
yeah,
I was just wondering, is that the closest port in a let's get to the closest port and like get repairs done and get a new little boat and things like that?
you glance.
Oh yeah,
over
we've
to-
lost our little boat, haven't we?
Yeah, you have.
Now we know exactly where.
It's
You look
in
over-
the plesiosaur.
Jackson, you look over to where you'd previously defeated a plesiosaur, where it had bitten into the deck, and you notice that there is an amazing repair job, almost seamless. You can't tell that it has been ever bitten.
We've got some pretty good carpenters on our ship, and from the original crew,
Yeah, so
and some of the other slaves that were on the ship with us.
Sario, you know that is Grench Strongfist's work. You know that is that would be.
Can I just wander over it and poke it with my foot as if I don't trust it's gonna stay where it's supposed to be?
It creaks because it's new and it's not kind of quite settled into the rest of the ship, but it is a really decent looking repair.
I nod happily and then sort of thumbs up the dwarf.
She's downstairs. Yeah, she's up at the deck, and she kind of nods like approvingly, and then looks off. She looks off and steers the wheel, but you can see like a sort of. She tries not to be prideful. She wants to be understated about this, but there is a slight tweak in the side of her face as she grins at you guys.
So how far were we from the what's it called, Esterland before?
Esterland, you reckon you were about a day. You sailed out from the coast and then back in to avoid any sort of enemy any of the boats that were trading with the main point, the port down from Mindergrass, or with the island of Heptar, where you were previously incarcerated.
Yeah, we don't want the Heptar people. The words get back to Heptar that we're freemen.
No, they tend to come after runaway slaves, I imagine.
Yeah. So your question, Jackson, you don't know. You haven't seen the maps. If there is a closer port.
Well, I would like to go and look at the
I was
maps.
going to ask the dwarf steering because they're steering. Maybe they know where they're going. So I'll go up and have a chat with Grench.
So,
while he chats to Grench, I would like to go and find those maps because I am very good with maps and I never lose my way.
Okay, so you pop inside here and you see sleeping Charlie boy. So I'll move this over this way. So
please tell me he's wearing clothes. I'm thinking as I walk in.
You don't know. You find this kind of hunched Aarakocra with a hood almost pulled over, and his robes are on.
Can I open the door and just go, phew, when I see he's wearing clothes?
And he goes, "God bless you." And he sits up and says, Dante, wasn't it? Good morning.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Not too bad. Rough night, but can't ask for anything else when you're on a ship having been pulled out of an iceberg.
Really? What ails you?
Memories, my friend, memories. Nothing
Not such good ones, I imagine, from the sound of your the tone of your voice.
Nothing that can be healed. Well, except with the point of an arrow.
Retribution is what you seek. Mighty vengeance. Often the way to go for many a sprightly fellow as yourself. I, on the other hand, I'm getting old in my years. I'm nearly 15 now.
Did you just say 15?
15.
I just look really sheepish, remembering that I'm going to live till about 200.
And he seems quite proud of that, and almost like it should be revered for that age.
Mhm.
And he goes, I must have fallen asleep. And you see him as he turns his head, he's got like ink all in the feathers that hasn't dried from the parchment.
I'm just going to laugh at him.
What is it, dear boy? What are you laughing at?
Your face.
Right? And he touches it. Oh gosh, how embarrassing. I'll go and wash up, and then I'll join you in a minute.
I
Don't
was looking for those maps.
the
I
maps.
heard maps.
Over at the table in the corner, just over here, and he points to this way, and he says, "Don't anger the chest."
Anger the chest? I sort of frown as he walks away.
It is not as it seems. Killian seems to be the best with it. He or it seems to like me reasonably. But if you are not wearing a set of captain's clothes, it will outrightly go for you. I promise you.
I'm just going to sort of, even though I'm nowhere near it, lean away from the chest.
Okay, so he goes down to wash up downstairs.
I'm going to go look at those
Slightly
maps.
snoring in the corner.
Huh?
The chest be slightly snoring in the corner.
No, it just looks completely like a normal chest right now.
I'm going to go look at the maps while every probably 30 seconds, quickly glancing at the chest to make sure it's still where I expect the chest to be.
Okay. What are you saying to you're speaking to Grench, Jackson?
One of the things I've just had a look. Apparently, one of my features for my thing is I have an excellent memory for maps and geography and can always recall the general layout of terrain.
That's what I've got. That's why I went to look at the map.
So I was going to sort of have a think and see if I could think of any closer docks along the coast, and then have a chat with Grench based on said information.
Okay. So make we're going to do a history then, I guess, to kind of look back through like your sort of like a straight you're going to look back through your mind to see your history.
Just a D20 then.
Oh dear.
7.
7. You know very little of this area. It's not the lands where you are familiar with. You're more familiar with the lands to the north of the main continent. That's where your
Right.
your great knowledge is of the area just north of the Three Teeth,
Okay.
which is a set of mountain ranges on the central continent. That's where you really know, but you've had experience on there. This is quite new territory for yourself.
Yeah, and there's not any really sort of landmarks when you're at sea.
Yeah, you're in an ice floe very much anyway.
Iceberg. Have you seen that before?
So it looks like you did a good job on the bite marks.
Aye, that's grand. I mean, we're on track. We're not going extremely fast, so we're about probably another day or 2 days out. But the ice is hindering progress. We could go faster, but we risk the boat.
Is that common here? I'm not really a boaty person.
To damage the boat or to go faster?
The ice and stuff.
The ice, yeah. It seems to flow up from the southern continent. It breaks away in great swathes and refreezes and breaks away and comes away from Frohast and floats out here.
Because they didn't warn us about that on the other boat at all.
You need to see a better travel agent.
So I noticed you repaired the big boat, but what about we haven't got a little boat in case the big boat breaks up?
No, that is going to be trouble if we're going to try and get into smaller docks.
Okay.
Certainly, if we've got to land at anything remotely shallow, this
You could ask
may
him
be
if
a
he'd make
bottom
you
out.
one.
Can you make one? Can you
Not
make a
with the
raft?
supplies I have currently aboard.
Can
We
you
had
make a
a
raft?
rope and a few bits of wood from where we'd had an encounter previously with the dragon. I made some bits and pieces out of the pallets for all the beds, but to make a whole boat, it would take a good couple of days to do that. I would need not to be on shift.
Well, what would you need to do to steer the boat?
Just a strong arm, really, and a bearing.
Okay. So have you got a compass or something here?
So, Sario, you've got a telescope, and there are compasses and stuff inside, and map reading equipment on the desk downstairs.
Captain's quarters, yeah.
Which I'm currently examining.
So Dante, so she said, Grench says to you, Jackson, all the compasses and stuff are in the captain's quarters. Killian, up until this point, had been showing us the way to go. He seemed to have an innate knowledge of mapping and the sea travel. And our dear elf friend, Sariel, she had been guiding us as much as she can away from the bigger ice floes. So she kind of shouts down to me if she sees something big coming, and I steer around it.
Okay. Well, is there anything I can do?
I've only just come on shift, but I mean, it might be something you need to discuss it with the rest of the crew. I mean, I think it's a grand idea. We need to get something that maybe we could go into some of the smaller sea caves, maybe harvest some, supplies, food, shellfish, things like that. It's easier to get into closer to the land with a smaller boat, and certainly more discreet.
But we haven't got stuff on board to make a smaller boat at the moment, so we're going to have to find supplies for a
You
smaller
could
boat.
probably make a raft with their barrels and things in the basement, in the bottom of the boat.
I think they've used most of that up to make the beds, haven't they already?
And then we threw some at a plesiosaur.
Only
Yeah.
two.
You did throw some barrels at a please.
What?
You were like full on Donkey Konging it. Like.
I had the hammer too.
Okay, so what we doing? Where are you going? So so she suggests you discuss it with the others and see if they think that's a good idea to allow you to steer the ship while she works on crafting some sort of raft.
Okay.
Can I come down from my post briefly to come and talk to them?
Okay. You know that someone needs to be on lookout, Serial.
Oh, okay. I'll say that.
Can't like little Flick go up there and watch for a bit.
Yeah. Do you want to?
Oh,
So I can talk with
Flick.
Yeah. So, Sarah, do you want to shout to Flicks?
Flick, can you come up and keep watch for a moment? I need to come down and speak to our two new shipmates a moment. Can you come up for me?
So yeah, Flicks has gone up. Sure. And she's just perched on the edge now, looking out over the.
Flick, shout down to me if you see anything. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna head down now.
Okay, sure, we'll do.
Right. Climb back down.
So you'll climb down. So you've got the captain's quarters in front of you that you've just seen Dante walk into, and you can see Jackson talking to Grench.
Is there actually a captain on this boat? Is anyone actually in charge?
No, we killed him.
I think, last time they told us they fed him to something, but I didn't get the
Yeah,
details.
I meant like sort of the new lot, of the new crew. Is there someone actually in charge calling the shots, or is it just sort of by agreement?
Me and Killian and Charles, we're sort of a committee.
Trinity is captains.
All
I
right.
am not a committee. You hear from below. deck.
Oh, I was just chatting to Grench, and Grench reckons they could probably build something, so maybe a raft or something, in a couple of days, but they would have to not be steering the boat. Apparently, Charles, you're saying where to go because you're looking at maps and things.
Charles is currently washing his face from ink downstairs in the mid deck.
Okay.
Dante's looking at maps.
Yeah. Can I come wandering out holding a map, going, guys, I know where we are.
We're in the
Yeah.
sea.
So you've got your map, you've come out of the door and you've just gone, I know where we are, guys.
We're in this blue bit.
And Charles comes
It's
out.
all the right bit.
Is that the bit that says here be monsters?
So you're all gathered on the deck.
So, like, if someone can tell me where I need to go, I can, like, sort of hold the wheelie thing and free up Grinch to do boat making bits or raft making bits or whatever.
What's
just-
he going to make the raft with?
Oh,
Grench says there are still some crates that Runist hasn't finished going through yet in the lower deck. Mainly food and dried supplies that could possibly be repurposed by my dwarven engineering skill. I might be able to sort of create something that might float. It depends how long we've got till we get there. It depends how fast we travel in the water, and if the wind is with us.
How long do you think it's going to take you to make?
I reckon it would take a day and a half to make something that would actually float. But it depends what we got down there. I'll have to go and have a look.
Well, if you want to go head down, if that's okay with you guys, if you want to go and head down and have a look, obviously if you need to empty some of the supplies out of the barrels and put them elsewhere, I'm sure you can ask some of our human friends if they can help.
Yeah, I think it'd be wise to take him up to the other deck, maybe, because of the dogs.
Oh, yes. I've
you
forgotten
got
about the
dogs
dogs.
on board?
Yeah, I just sort of look up from the map, like, dogs?
Oh, yeah, the dire wolf and the wolf.
Yeah, we've got a dire wolf and a wolf in a cage in the lower deck.
Where'd you get that?
Any particular reason?
Well, they were aboard and,
They're Killian's pets,
Yeah.
like everything else.
She seems to like her pets, that one.
She seems to like them. Or they seem to like her, is the problem. Especially that Flix. You see her buzzing around Killian's head and she tries to swat her quite often. But I'm not sure that exterior is, or Killian's cold exterior is true. I sometimes see a little grin at the side of that scaly mouth. So Grench goes off and hands the wheel to Jackson.
Do I actually know from the map where we are?
Sorry.
The map does have information, does it, if I remember rightly from when we were.
Because
looking at the
apparently
original-
I'm very good with directions and maps. So
Yeah,
have
we
I
did have a
figured
map.
out where we are?
Okay, Jackson, can you make a quick strength check for me? Yeah, I'll find the map. Hold on. guys.
18.
Perfect. Yeah, you take the wheel with no problem. You feel the sort of tide underneath start pulling at you, and you can you gradually get a feel for how the boat shifts and moves and glides through the water, and you kind of begin to attune yourself to the wave of the sea and the swell that you're in at the moment. Let me find you the map if you want to see the map. Where is the map? Here we go.
I can actually speak to most members of the party in their own languages. I've just realised.
Right, I'll just do a quick screen share for this creature.
You're the language expert then.
Yeah.
It's going to go a bit wonky because it's going to screen share, all right, guys? So
Yeah.
it'll suddenly jump around, and I'll take it back off screen share in a sec. Okay.
Aha.
Okay, so
There we are.
can you see the mouse when I move it on there?
Yes.
Okay, so you came out of Mindegress, sailed away from Minthal, because this is one of the main trading ports with Heptar Island here. So you managed to navigate your way through here, down into the icy straits, and you're heading along this space here, heading for the small village, which is kind of under the word of Southgate here, where you can land easily, travel across country for a few days, and then down across the bridge.
Cool.
Okay.
So have I figured out that we're roundabout
Yeah,
by
I mean,
that.
you're on course, and you reckon Grench's estimate is
Spot on.
You make an intelligence.
I'm not very good at that. I'm wise. I'm not very bright. So just plain intelligence.
Investigation, then maybe.
Your investigation might be higher.
Nope.
No?
I got a 2.
You know no other things. You're like you think.
Can I just get the map and turn it the other way?
Other way up, mate.
That's beautiful. I love it.
And I go, yes, much better.
Make another investigation then, because you've got advantage because Jackson's assisting.
With advantages, I get to roll 2, right?
You know, that first one was your first roll, and then what was your
Yeah.
second one?
Yeah. I got a 1.
Oh,
So you roll one of the two.
so you know slightly less.
I know even less than when it was upside down.
And you dropped the map into a puddle.
Okay.
Just looking at the map on the deck, going, guys, do we have another one of these?
So yeah, you take Jackson's got the wheel. You estimate that you guess that that's the right sort of prediction from where they are in terms of days out from the land. The other guys have studied these maps quite intently for a number of days that they've been aboard the ship, even before setting sail and deciding which way to go, with their crew sailing from Mindegress. And yeah, so you're all aboard the ship, and out of the front end under the deck comes a large tray with a pair of stumpy legs kind of underneath it, like this huge pile of like tray with a lid on, and you hear the thudding of Runist going, gangway, coming through. And Runist lays onto one. There's some like rigging piles of rope on the deck, and he lays this tray of food down upon the thing and says, "Here you are. Here's the food. It's what best I can make with what we had." And he takes the lid of the tray off, and it's basically dried meats and salted things that could survive a long time on the deck. Serio, you are glad because he hasn't accidentally put any of the captain meat on this time, from what you can tell.
Good.
He's only put on.
Now he's captain again.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look very terrified at her face, just like,
And Runist actually says, "Managed not to accidentally put any of the captain in this time."
Good. Well done, Runus. Well done.
But thank you. You enjoy this. And he kind of stands there with almost a perplexed look on his face.
Is there a problem, Runus?
I'm not sure, really. It's probably nothing.
Tell me anyway.
Make persuasion.
Okay.
I'm just looking really terrified at the elephant man and the elf going, why was there captain in your food?
Well,
14.
It's 14. Okay, so
Yeah.
he's kind of like, he kind of wanted to tell you anyway, but he just felt a bit stupid. And he says to Dante, well, we had to do something with the previous captain's body. So we stripped the meat and salted it and kept it for the dogs.
Interesting decision.
And well, sometimes I'm a bit of a klutz, and instead of picking up the regular jerky, picked up some captain jerky.
Well, I say to him, I have some meat for you that might help, that you might be able to salt, and I hand him plesiosaur meat, which
Oh
I
yeah,
took.
because you took that to bed with you, did you?
I did, apparently.
It's curled up on a slab of plesiosaur meat.
So nice.
Who needs
Like
memory?
rotten.
That you don't need memory foam when you've got a plesiosaur pillow. So you he takes it and goes, "Oh, I've never cooked plesiosaur before," and he kind of he's got this slab of meat in his hands, which is quite a hefty chunk, and he's like, "Well, this would solve the problem, cereal, but well, it just seems there's things missing."
Like what?
Missing.
Well, I keep putting things down, and I'm pretty sure I know where they are, but you know how I can be. I mean, just sometimes it's like someone's taking the food, and or some of the apples have gone missing, and the dogs are looking more fed than normal.
You think somebody's taking our rations and feeding the dogs with them?
But it's not
Or
just
the
these
dogs are
little-
getting out of the kennel and eating our apples.
They're not in a kennel, they're in a cage.
They're in a cage.
Do
Of course,
you,
they're in a
take 'em
cage.
out- do you take them out for like walks around the deck and things, or
When
be
Killian's
quite a
feeling
big
up
cat.
to it, he does let them get some sun. Yes.
Oh.
But apple. Have you ever seen a dire wolf eat an apple?
No.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? You're sure you think the dogs are eating more? You don't think you couldn't suspect anybody else?
I don't know, honestly. I have to sleep sometime. I can't be down there all the time, and the dire wolf snores terribly.
I'm all right with animals. Maybe if I go and have a look, I can see what's going on.
I wouldn't, Dante. The only person that can go anywhere near those two beautiful animals is Killian, who's not very well at the moment.
No.
You
I can always
try.
stay up here, but if they're stealing our food, I'd like to know how. And I don't mind having a chat with them, even though they can't talk back to me.
Cool. So you're going down below deck?
Yeah, I'm going to go and see them with Cyril's pronouncement of "this is a terrible idea" behind me.
Is anybody else joining Dante?
I'll go down with him. I want to keep an eye on him, make sure he's all right.
Okay, cool. So you go down. What about you, Jackson?
Jackson's steering, isn't
I'm steering the
Jackson,
boat.
you're
at the
steering.
moment.
You've got to stay upstairs. Yeah, sorry.
he?
So
Well,
So-
is there a sort of a lash, a sort of a thing you could like just hold the wheel with?
not
Right,
in this
basically.
terrain, because of the ice flows are moving all the time. To keep on a straight course
You have to avoid
would
them.
be deadly for the boat, basically. And you keep getting little updates from Flix, who shouts down and says, "A little to the left, a little to the right. That's it. Carry on." And,
I just yell at Jax, "Don't let us hit another iceberg. I don't want to lose my only good dagger."
so Charles says, "I'll leave you to that," and he goes back to his books and stuff in the captain's quarters. And Sario and Dante go down the first level into this one, walk past the family and down.
Dante, do you have talking with animals? Because I think I have.
I don't. I've got animal handling is +2, but I don't have. I don't have talking to animals yet. My training in that isn't quite complete.
Let me have-
Okay, so you move down. To the
Yeah,
left.
I've got a ritual spell, speak with animals. So I've got a spell I can use once.
You could spend some time down there with the animals and cast that,
Yeah.
so you can commune with them. So you go downstairs and you see some barrels, some fruit and things up in this corner, like supplies. Barrels in the center and crates in the far side. and Grinch is down there taking those apart, starting to pull them apart and stack up the various bits of food and supplies she's finding inside them. And you see the main cage with the 2 dogs inside it.
How do I cast the spell?
I think you just have to sit there for 10 minutes.
The rituals you
Yeah.
can't.
Casting it.
It takes
Yeah.
about 10 minutes, I think.
On that one,
Oh,
Luke,
duration 10 minutes.
yeah, you just sit there
No,
basically. And,
Casting is the ritual.
Yeah. While she sits there casting her ritual, I'm just going to walk around the cage looking at the direwolf and the dog because
And these-
I've not
the-
seen them.
the-
Kinds of like apple cores and things.
Yeah,
these
seeing
two,
if I can see it.
these 2 creatures immediately their hackles raise at you as you come closer, and they pace and follow you as you walk around the edges of the cage.
So go, shh, calm. Try and calm down a bit.
Go on then, do your animal handling, see what you.
I got a 7. Well, I got 5, but I got +2, so 7.
The side of the dire wolf's mouth rises and shows you these hideous fangs, but they're still inside that cage.
I just sort of stand on the edge of the cage, like, well, I'm not putting my hand in there.
Okay, but what are you looking for? What you?
I'm looking to see if I can see their poo, to see if there's any apples or anything in it,
Okay.
like apple core or anything. Because
Like,
I spent a lot of time in the wilderness. I know how to track things.
Yeah, so you're kind of tracking. So you're going to do a nature or
Survival?
Survival, yeah, survival. Yeah, I'd say survival.
Yeah. So that would be +4. 13.
13. You don't.
I'm not doing very well with my rolls today.
No. You look around and you see no. You see that there is a big pile of feces in the corner that is the animals. You can't see anything specific within it that would indicate what it is. It's just poop.
Fair. And I can't get in there to have a proper look because the direwolf looks like it's about to eat me.
You get the distinct impression it hasn't warmed to you yet.
Fair. I just sort of slowly back away from the very angry direwolf.
Make a dexterity.
Okay. Mother.
Are you rolling as well as I did last session?
I got a 9 in total, and that's with a +3.
The direwolf, as you back away, snaps out of the cage
Oh.
at you, and you start at it, manage to dodge, but you stumble backwards and fall over Grench's form and tools that are behind you. You take 2 damage, and Grench is like, "What the heck are you doing? Trying to work here." Your mate suggested I make
Sorry,
a raft.
Grinch.
I can't make a raft with you falling on top of me like an idiot.
Sorry, Grinch. I'm really not. I've not got my sea legs properly yet. I'm more used to the woods.
I don't like these boats too much either. Not natural.
No, and then I just say in Dwarvish, yeah, and I can imagine it's not so fun for one like you, because I speak Dwarvish.
Aye. Hey, much more fond of terra firma upon my feet. That of rock.
Understandable.
Jackson, Flick shouts out to you, "There's something in the water. Go to the right."
Okay. Why is it? I'll turn to the right, but yeah.
Something dark. It's not an iceberg.
As in another like thing from last night?
I can't make it out. It looks quite deep.
Oh, no more sea monsters.
It's gonna be
What
another
any more
monster.
sea monsters or piranhas or sharks?
Does the swerve of the boat coincide with my terrible dexterity?
No. Yeah, okay, we'll say that added to it. Yeah, that's what increased it. There wasn't a big turn to the right. So you turn the boat, and you guys are downstairs. Serial, you're
Hi, Charles.
okay. Charles Bomber's out of the room. Yes,
Can you like go and do
I'm
a bit
trying
of
to
scout-
read here. What do you want?
Like, can you go and have a bit of a scout and see what Flix has just seen in the water over there?
Where do you want to the prow or to the crow's nest?
I thought you'd like fly.
Again, I swear you guys are getting more used to seeing me without my clothes. So he spends some time taking off his robes to try and get ready to go. Sarah, your spell casting time is about up. So you cast Speak with Animals. What do you say?
Good morning, guys. I've just come to see how you are.
Which one are you casting it on? Sorry.
The direwolf.
Okay.
I think the way it works is it just runs and she can talk to any animal.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
okay. It doesn't have to be a specific
I
target.
think. I'll have a look.
Okay, so you
That
let you start talking to
rings
the
a bell.
direwolf anyway.
I'm going to start talking to the direwolf first. I'm just going to have a look at the
Sorry, what did you say to him again? Sorry, I missed that, Lou.
Good morning. I'm just come to see how you guys are and to find out a bit more about you. I am Serial. I don't think we've been introduced. What's your name?
I've smelled you. I know who you are.
As the yellow eyes fix upon you and turn away from Dante.
I just surreptitiously get up and hope it doesn't notice me again.
I'm
Hello.
well. I am well.
Good to hear. We've just come to find out if there's anything we can do to make you more comfortable. And some of our companions on the ship are struggling with their food a little bit. I was wondering whether you've got enough food yourself, if the food we're providing you with is sufficient.
Get us to land. We wish to feel the grass beneath our feet, the firm ground beneath our paws, to run, to hunt, to be in the nature.
And we
are
will.
well fed. The man flesh is quite sufficient.
Good.
Can I just sort of nudge Serial and go, "What's he saying?"
He's saying, how do you pronounce his name? What's his name again?
Who? The dog?
The dog, yeah.
Oh, he hasn't told you his name.
I thought he told me his name at the beginning.
No, he did. He hasn't. His name is. He's not. They don't speak in names. They speak in sort of smells, guttural barks. So
Okay.
Something that you wouldn't be
So
able to.
the direwolf has said he is well. They are happy that they've got the man flesh to feast on, and that it's sufficient for them. And I believe him. He wants to be on the land. So they're tired of being on the ship too. I think a lot of people are quite tired about being on the ship.
Yeah. I think we're all hoping we'd be on land as soon as possible.
The wolf glares at you, Dante.
I don't think he likes me.
But sort of softens, like when it hears you speak those words, it seems to know maybe that you're not so bad.
Cool.
Dog speak Elven then.
Sorry?
Dog understand Elven.
It can understand basic instructions.
Oh, okay.
Well, it can understand you whenever you speak. So
Okay.
as long as you repeat what I say, you're good. And it probably understands the gist, I'd imagine, if it spends enough time around humans.
Okay.
Because you're speaking animal.
Yeah.
I'm really creeped out by the fact you keep barking at a dog and it keeps barking back.
So that's the direwolf. I'm going to turn to the actual dog now.
Yeah.
And what about you, young sir? How are you? What is your name?
I have a full tummy.
You've got a full tummy. Good. Have you just been eating the man flesh as well, or have you been
Lots of man flesh.
just? You sure?
Lots of man flesh.
Lots of man flesh. Good. Good. I think we've got plenty for you until we land. We are only about a day from land, and then as soon as we land on dry land, then you are welcome to stretch your legs and go hunt if you wish. Although we are heading for an icy continent, so I don't know what sort of prey you will find once we land.
Will the master be with us?
Killian is not very well at the moment. He's resting up. Hopefully he will return to your side soon, but at the moment he's confined to his quarters.
Unwell? Let me see.
I can pop in on Killian and see whether.
Let me see. The dog comes up to the front of the cage, wagging and pawing at the side of the cage.
What did you say to it?
In good time, I will speak to Killian and see if Killian will come down to see you. I don't think it's a good idea of you and the dire wolf actually head up to the rest of the boat at the moment. We need you to stay down here and guard the rest of the rations and keep watch on our friend who's helping us build a smaller boat so we can get onto the land quicker.
As she says that, I pull a nail out of my arse where I fell on it.
Okay.
And the dog says to you, the meat will come. The meat will still come, and settles back down.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it will. Don't worry. And I give the dog a stroke.
Through the bar.
As she goes to her, I wouldn't, and she just strokes her. Okay.
And then I look over to the direwolf, and the direwolf looks at me, and I give the direwolf a comforting look that everything will be right, and he will soon have his wants. He will soon have land under his feet again, and it won't be caged up for too much longer.
We are fed for now. We are well fed. And now we will wait. We will trust you, Elf, as you speak to the Killian, who first befriended us.
And it again settles down in their kind of classic pose, how they lay. So the smaller dog lays and the dire wolf curls round the smaller one's
Big spoon, little spoon.
body.
I'm actually gonna just gently touch the head of the direwolf and just lay my hand on it. Just for a moment.
Just stand there in the corner, slowly gripping
Put my hand there
dagger.
on the direwolf. Don't be aggressive with the. Don't even get your dagger out because that will freak it out.
Oh no, I'm just gonna hold it in my belt.
Put it away. And I'm trying to calm the.
It growls at you slightly.
Okay, and so I take my hand away, and then I
not that familiar yet.
Sorry, I apologize, and I step away. Thank you for your time. And I turn to Dante. Dante, I don't think they're taking the food, but we need to find out who is.
Would you like to ask them how many people they've seen on this boat? Because if someone's taking the food and we don't know who it is, it's either one of those 4 humans or one of us lot, unless there's something else on the boat. So have they only seen us lot, or is there something else on the boat?
So do you relay that to the direwolf?
Yeah, I'll relay it to the direwolf.
Okay.
Sorry, before we go, Dante has a question.
Yeah.
Can you tell us who's actually on the boat? If you can just let us know how many people or different races you've seen, so we can just check there isn't anybody on the boat that we don't know about.
The direwolf sits up, and it tries counting. Because it's an animal, it doesn't really know counting. It starts, and then it says to you,
There were more than there was one less than when we landed at Mindergress, when we went back aboard. Now there are 2 more we smell aboard the ship.
But we lost 2 at Mindergress, didn't we?
Who did you pick up at Mintergrass?
No, we lost 2 at Mindergress, didn't we? Was it 2? Charles?
Yes, there was 2 of the slaves that didn't quite want to hang around with us after we'd slaughtered their captain and freed them, and they ran off into Mindergress.
So you
we've
lost
gained,
2, but they just said 1 less.
yeah, so we've gained 1 since Mindergress. So we've got a stow aboard since Mindergress.
You got a stowaway.
Stowaway, yeah. One of them.
Thank the direwolf for me.
Thank you. That's very useful to know. It would seem we have a new passenger on board we weren't aware. Thank you for your time, and we will need to find out who this extra individual is.
I'm
And
just gonna slowly walk over to, I forgot the dwarf's name, so I'm just
Grench.
gonna Grench. I'm gonna tap her on the shoulder and in dwarvish say, "Come up to the top deck with us. Something's not right."
Okay. So you all make your way up and leave the wolves alone to themselves. You've got
Eh,
there goes Killian. I told them about your amazing concussion feat.
Oh, sorry.
So you all make it up to the top deck. So there's Runist. He's like telling everybody what the food is he's made. There's Jackson steering. There's Grench. There's Charles. Dante and Serial all up on the top deck.
Hi, Charles, stop eating and go and see what's in the sea over there. I don't want another thing attacking us.
What? So Charles Charles goes up to the front and he looks off. Sorry, we were trying to do that, weren't we? He sees absolutely nothing. I don't see what you're talking about, Flix. Probably because the angle that he's at. She said
Yeah, but you were going to fly over there.
Okay, so Charles has got his wings out, starts flying above the sea, and he looks down. So I guess with advantage, he looks again. And his is. So he's kind of making an investigation. I think his is a +2.
Intelligence based.
So he looks down upon the. Oh God! It's trying to sell me the new book. Puppet D&D Beyond.
Dismiss it.
I'm trying to dismiss.
But you get like dice and things.
All right, D&D Beyond. I'm not sure which is worse, Scott, Matt, or the website. He looks down and he can see a vague object deep below. And he flies back to the ship and says, "There's something down there. Turn to the right again. It seems to be. Was it going straight? Were you going straight forward before?"
We turned like Flick said to turn right, so I did.
It seems to be following in suit.
Can I come up? Is this when we come up?
Yeah, you're all on deck, and then
Onto the deck
you see this
now.
commotion.
Can I just look at Charles and go, "Can we buy him some trousers when we land? This is getting ridiculous now."
So Charles looks down and says, like, Charles just stands there, like hands upon hips, like, "What now?"
Are we being followed by another one of those things from last night?
I'm gonna I want to get back up on that crow's nest. Go and have a look.
Okay, so you run up and join Flix.
At
Yeah.
hearing that, I ready my bow.
So it's following us. Can you see if anything off the back of the boat?
I'm just going to use my.
So who's going to the back of the boat?
I'll go and have a look.
Well, I'm
Okay.
up top. Yeah, you go across.
Okay, so you run off and look around the boat. Make a perception check, Sarah.
I'm on it. 15.
15. You look and you just again you see a vague dark shape in the water to the left-hand side as you're looking off the boat.
Mhm.
And you're same with you, Dante.
Okay. Perception. Where is my perception?
Under skills.
I've lost it.
Under nature.
Skills.
Passive perception. That one.
No,
No, not passive.
So you roll
On your skills.
your wisdom, and if
Oh yeah, I got it. Mother. 11. That's
You
with a
make-
+4.
You make out nothing of interest out the back of the boat.
Do you want a drink?
Just a penny. I've got some food. Thank you, baby.
You can trust me making it like
What? I didn't get the story about what happened with V, by the way. I think I came in late on that one.
Oh, sorry. So
you don't want to know.
just out of things.
Yeah,
So
don't worry.
I'll tell you in the break. Yeah, I'll tell you in the break.
Okay.
So you don't see anything, Dante, as you look off the back of the ship. There is
Just sitting there rubbing my eyes, going,
dark
"What
shape.
wrong
keep
with
an eye on it and let us know if it's getting any closer.
Flick shouts and says, "It's coming! It's again! It's tracking us again!"
Can I do a nature roll and find out in my history whether I have come across something like that before?
Can I
Because
sort
of your
swerve the boat
perception,
again?
you couldn't make out what it is right now.
I've got to wait until it's like biting us and then I can. Then I'll know.
When you can see it, you might have a clue what it is.
Like because your perception was so low, you couldn't make out the vagaries of its underwater shape.
I'm
gonna
currently
swerve the
looking in
boat
the
again.
complete wrong direction, going, I think I see it. It's over there. No, over there. Over there.
Seaweed.
Go for it.
Swerve the boat again.
Sorry,
To
so
see if
again.
it's going to change. I want to change direction of the boat
Okay.
to see if it's going to change its course to follow
Okay.
us
Which way are you turning? Towards it, or are you going to turn away from it?
away from it.
So you turn away from it, and you shout up to Flix, and Flix relays. It's heading again towards us off the starboard.
I run to the starboard to have a look. Can I have a look again?
Okay. Yeah, you can. You're in a better position now. You can make another.
I got a 5, including a +4.
You
Okay.
rolled a 1.
Yeah.
You still don't
That's nice.
see the.
That's the starboard.
Yeah, I'm looking over the port bow, going, I don't see it.
As you ran past Serial, you grabbed her telescope from her belt and grabbed the telescope and held it up in front of your eye and poked yourself in the eye with the telescope rather than looking off the boat. So you stand there and you are temporarily blinded.
Just ah.
Can we like stop the boat and like fight whatever it is?
And I just mutter to myself, not only have we got a shape under the water that I can't see, we've got a person who's stowed away, and I'm blind. Brilliant day.
So you Jackson, you shout that out, and Charles says, "What do you think? I don't know. Should we keep going and try and outrun this thing, or do we just face it outright?"
I'm of the hit things in the face with a hammer school of thought.
Yeah, I think we got to keep going, otherwise we won't get to the land in time.
We ain't gonna run all the way to the land a day away with this thing following us.
No.
Is it gaining on us?
Because you were heading, it was heading towards you this way, sorry, can you see this? Like it was heading towards you off towards the prow. You kept turning like this,
Mhm.
and so now it's pretty much coming for the left hand. The left hand side of the boat, the port side of the boat. Sorry.
I'm going to turn and sort of basically to try and, so if it keeps on this path, I want to be heading away from that path.
Okay, so you're going to turn 180 basically. You've 180'd from your original direction.
So I'm just going to keep, I'm going to keep turning the wheel until we're going away from its path.
Okay, so the boat spins around, and at this point, the thing is now probably about 30 foot, maybe 40 foot away from the back of the boat now. It has gained some considerable pace on you since you were just
Can I do
making a
another
big
perception
circle.
check?
Sorry.
Can I do another perception check? I'm a bit closer.
Let's see. Yeah, go on.
I sort of wave her telescope at her while I cover my eye.
Oh yeah.
So you can make it with advantage then, Lou, because you've got your telescope back off of Dante.
Thank you.
So,
I don't know how, because he's on the ground and I'm up the.
so roll it twice. Take the largest
Okay.
with you when you get your modifier as well, so you get your plus,
Mhm.
whatever your perception is.
I've got that on here anyway.
You
23.
23. You see the shape has risen in the depths of the water,
Uh-huh.
and you see that it doesn't appear to have any fins.
Mm.
It doesn't appear to be like, it doesn't appear to be moving in any sense of way that would propel it, that it'd be considered natural. Like it doesn't have a tail that's flapping. It doesn't have tentacles pulsing.
So it's not
Does she-
eel-like then.
Sorry, say again, Serial.
It's not eel-like then.
There's no wiggle to it.
Sarah, are you explaining this to us as you find it out?
Yeah. So it's not like any sea creature I've seen before. It has no scales. It has no fins. Has no tail. I don't know whether it's of this earth. Maybe it's something magical.
You see magical stuff?
So I just say, did you say not of this world?
Mm-hmm.
Da, da, da.
Just end of the show. Look, just
And we'll take the sails down and we'll throw the anchor over, the sea anchor, whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay. So you shout to Flix, who drops the sail. She struggles a bit because she's quite small to pull the knot undone, but she manages it with some sort of mighty force and looks very proud at herself. And then a pile of rope spins down and lands on top of her. She's buried under a pile of rope.
Oh, poor Flix.
can I see out of my eye yet?
Charles comes over and scoops up the rope and pulls out a poor Flix and cradles her and pops her in his hood of his cloak in the back like that.
Oh.
While she kind of comes to a bit and she peers over the top like, and your vision is gradually coming back and you're hearing Serial relay all this information. Jackson, the boat is coming to a stop. Grinch has chucked the anchor over and you are
Cool.
coming to a
I'll
stop,
lash
and
up
this
wheel.
thing is coming towards you, and again it slows too and is just
Okay.
cruising towards you.
So hook the wheel and then head to whichever side of the boat is closest to it.
It's at the stern of the boat now.
Okay, I'll just go up to the back and sort of have a look over.
You look down. Go on, you make a perception. You're looking.
I rolled a 19, so 20.
Oh, cool. So you see again a thing that is a cylindrical shape, And as it approaches, you notice something duck beneath the water that was like you see the water splash suddenly, and then the thing ducks underneath the bottom of the boat. And you hear everyone make a dex.
What, a dex save?
Dex.
Check?
Just a straightforward dex check, I think. Yeah, because like the dex save. Yeah, dex save.
Dex save.
Yeah.
14.
17.
18.
Okay, Jackson, you fall, so you're prone for a minute.
Okay.
You make a move to get up. As you hear and something scraping along the bottom of the boat.
Can I? Where is it? So it's directly under us now. We
At
can
the
hear
moment,
it.
it's directly underneath the boat.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to string an arrow. Just sort of waiting for something to pop up.
You're readying, yeah. You're readying your
Yeah.
action. Okay, cool. You don't hear anything, and the boat doesn't rock anymore, and it kind of settles in the water. And Jackson, you're able to stand up.
Cool. Grinch, do you want to check in the bottom to make sure we're not taking water on?
So Grench is sending.
Yeah.
Grench starts starts making their way down. Is anyone accompanying Grench?
I'll go with her, but I'm going to holster my bow and take out my dagger in one hand and my sword in the other.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm very cautious that some sort of monster may have just punched a hole in the bottom of our ship.
Serial, did it come out the front?
I think it went underneath.
Yeah, but did it come out the front? Did it come out past us? Or is
So you look and you haven't seen that shape come out the front of the
No.
boat yet.
No, it hasn't. It seems to be still underneath us.
Okay, so Dante and Grench are down the bottom, and all's quiet. Although the both dogs are on alert. The direwolf standing, kind of looking round, sniffing the air, and you hear on the bottom of the deck, like outside the hull.
What, from the very bottom of the ship?
Underneath the ship.
I just stand there and look at my own feet like, this does not sound good.
There's something walking underneath the ship, yeah?
Or something trying to claw to get in.
You hear that sound start moving up the ship, like up the sides, like...
Chase it, chase it. So now me and the dwarf are running back up.
Okay, so you run back up to the top deck.
So something's crawling up the sides.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll go to the right side and have a look over the edge.
I'll go look over the left side.
Okay.
I'm still at the top, so I'm going to look over towards the front of the boat.
Suddenly, Charles screams, "Oh my good gosh!" And at the front of the boat, he's suddenly surrounded by three little... you can see them, Serial. They're like little lizards with swords and shields.
Lizards with swords and shields, right? Okay.
So they're going to get a surprise attack on Charles because he was not readied or anything like that. If my tablet wants to turn on so I can get their shit up. So they're going
They
to...
won't pop high up anyway.
Sorry?
They won't pop high up.
Oh, they're being a bit weird today. I don't know what's up with them. They got a fidget on. So 13, 5 was a miss. 13 hits.
Okay.
17 hits, yeah. 4 plus 2. 1 and 1. So Charles gets two of the creatures jump up and skewer Charles in either side in a kind of combined attack, and he bellows out and screams at these horrible little things that are stabbing him.
I'm going to slide down the mast and come and try and help him.
Hold on, we'll just we'll go into initiative in a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Hold on. I've lost my pen all of a sudden, of course, at this point. Okay. Cool. Right, roll for initiative, everybody.
$19. See, now I'm getting an okay roll.
That's because I got the naff one.
What are you?
Swapped.
What's your
Yeah.
Jackson?
Now I got 5.
3.
3, 5.
19.
So what's the chances that Charles is dead by the time anyone gets
Actually gets to him because he's got no armor.
Or clothes on at this point.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who could even try and help by the sounds of it.
Oh, and Charlie's got a roll. Where does Charlie come? Come on then.
Well, if he wins, it's a perfect place to do, what is it, that thunder wave one that throws everything away?
Yeah, just blast them right off the deck.
Yeah.
Well, you're actually through the mystics of dice of number rocks.
Mm.
They still managed to roll lowest on the initiative.
How?
So, Dante, you're up. Where are you on the deck? You've just come out of.
I came out of there and ran straight to look over the opposite side to Jack.
You were going to the left and I was going to the right.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've got Jackson over here looking over this side. They've come up here. You've got these are the steps that come up from the basement,
Yeah.
and these are the steps that run up to this higher deck part where Charlie Boy's being currently murdered.
How high is the sort of the castle bit?
That front castle section, it's about half of a deck, so to chest height, with a railing though. So you've got it's probably about 6 to 8, maybe 8 foot kind of thing. You could maybe reach the top of it, Jackson.
I'm closest to the stairs,
Yeah,
so
you're next to
I'm
the stairs.
fine,
You're
but...
I am going. So am I going first then?
yeah,
Yeah.
you're first in that role.
So I'm currently holding a scimitar and a dagger.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into close combat with them. So
You
I'm
had
gonna
a
quick.
bow pulled.
I know,
ready.
but I
Quick
went
swap.
I went downstairs, didn't
You
I?
swapped them.
So I put it away. So I'm gonna spin, throw my dagger at one of the lizard people.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. So ranged attack with any with your dex bonuses,
I get +5, I think, to hit.
and yeah, do you get your proficiency?
Yeah. So
Thought you would.
it's 11. I got.
No,
Not too well.
Sails past.
You just throw that overboard. No daggers for you.
And
Yeah, I
yeah,
missed.
straight off the boat.
So I'm gonna
What?
back up.
Actually, roll a d6.
6.
Yeah. As the dagger misses and falls over, you hear a scream from the other side,
Ah, nice.
and then a larger splash, more than a dagger.
At least my last dagger was used for something. I'm then gonna back up 5 or so feet,
Yeah.
maybe 10 feet, to get out of their range.
Okay.
Sheathe my sword and pull out my bow, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Oh, actually no. As my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on one of the creatures.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you get that bonus then, don't you, when you make your attack roll, your
Yeah.
damage roll.
When I hit him.
Okay. Yeah, give you bonus on hit and
No, it's just
No, it's just to damage.
The damage, yeah. Okay, cool. So
but you know where they are as well, don't you?
I get advantage on wisdom and perception checks to do with them, but that doesn't really matter at the moment because I can see
You can see
them.
'em.
I can see them.
okay, so Charles is up next. And he is going to cast Thunder Wave as suggested and try and blast these guys just straight off the deck and back into the water. So they've got to make a con 13. So two of them fail. One of them survives with a nat 20.
Nice.
Um,
Or not, as the case may be.
2d8 thunder damage. So this wave of thunderous force impacts the creatures. One of them stands firm and grips its little claws into the deck and tries to hold on. And the other two their chests implode as this wave of thunder hits them, and their faces crumple into like a stunted snout instead of the extended lizard, and they're blasted off 10 feet into the ocean, and they are seen no more. So
Nice.
they shoot off the deck, and there's one of these guys currently on the deck. It is Serial's go. You can see just one. We've just seen this thunderous wave blast away from Charles. And what do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna slide down the mast
Yeah.
onto the deck, and then I'm gonna come up the steps on the right hand side.
What's your move?
Be 30 probably.
Yeah, I think 30.
30, yeah.
Okay, so you can probably
I think
make
that's
it.
isn't it?
You were no, you weren't there. You weren't because Thingy was up the mast. You were down here, so you can probably make it to the bottom of the stairs, maybe here,
Okay.
with your move, so you can see up the stairs. Charles is
idea
obscuring
then.
your sight right now a bit.
I can't cast from there, can I?
Huh?
If you
Can I
can
cast
see
a
it,
spell
yeah.
from there, or is my move just the move?
You can move.
You can
and
move
then
and cast.
and then
Can I
you
move
can.
and cast?
Yeah,
Or you can double move and that uses your action.
yeah.
No, I'll cast because I can cast the bonfire from there.
Okay,
I can
yeah.
get them from there.
Fine.
Wooden ship.
I am going to cast a small ball of fire.
Are you doing cast
Say
bonfire?
not how big I'm gonna fling it at them, fling it at one of them like a like a big tennis ball of fire, basically.
So you're going
at
to
him.
cast it in your own hand.
Yeah. Oh well, like this.
Okay, and then throw it. Okay, so you need to make a
Right.
ranged attack. So, you roll a d20 and you just basically make a dexterity check, don't you? Because you're not proficient with it. What are we calling it? Yeah, dex with no proficiency bonus because you're not proficient.
Sounds about
That
proficient at throwing fireballs.
But like,
So,
don't you,
a normal dex, yeah.
Hold on, say again, Jackson.
I thought like, so is it, so this, what spell are you casting?
Bonfire.
Create bonfire.
But doesn't that have like a roll to hit or a save thing anyway?
I think it's got
It's got a roll.
Normally
It's
saving
got a-
throw.
To hit
It's
with your
got a
spell check.
it's got a con check for it, I think.
It
I think-
says
I thought it was
dex-
dexterity. You've got to
Dex.
get out of the way of it
Yeah, dex.
because you're supposed to cast it on the floor.
dex 13.
Yeah. So it appears where you can see it.
Okay, so do you want to cast it in your hand and then chuck it, or do you want to just cast it on him and hope it doesn't set the ship on fire?
But
I
if you
want
cast
to
your hand,
cast
you get
it in
set
my
fire.
hand and throw it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you're going to do damage to yourself.
You might damage yourself because you're holding hot fire.
That you're not immune to.
Yeah.
There's actually a spell that does exactly what you're trying to do now.
There's like firebolt.
Yeah, there's firebolt.
Well, I didn't
No,
have
I think there's one that's called Conjure Flames, and it just allows you
Yeah.
to hold a ball that you can then throw.
Oh,
I
cool.
didn't have the opportunity to change my spells at the beginning, so I'm using the ones I had before.
It does like no damage. I've got Firebolt, but
What else you got, Lee?
I've got a scimitar which I won't be able to reach with.
Not at that
Got
point.
primitive savage, which I need to be right next to him to do.
Yeah, you need to be close.
Unarmed strike, I need to be 5 foot. And the only thing I can do at range is bonfire. But then I'll set the
You haven't
boat
got
alight.
you haven't got a bow or anything?
No, just a
But if you're
scimitar.
going to bonfire, what's the range of bonfire?
5
6
foot
foot.
cube, I think.
No, what's the range of it?
30 feet, I think.
So as long as the creature's within 30 feet, you just create the bonfire where it is.
Yeah.
60 foot actually, so I can create it where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in range of it. So it's got to make a, what is it? Dex of
You said
Uh,
13.
Dex
13.
13.
It fails. How much? Roll for your damage.
Is that a D8?
It will tell you in the
Right.
spell.
Tell you on the spell, Lee.
Well, it just says fire.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
damage
it will
two.
say
Damage
one.
2.
Just click the roll next to it.
Damage 2.
2.
2.
2. It bonfire appears where it is, and I guess I got and the front of the ship catches alight slightly, so it starts burning,
Wunderbar.
and there's now a bonfire on the deck as well. So that creature's in the flames. Jackson,
They're hurting because they're in the flames.
sorry.
They're hurting because they're in the flames.
Yeah, they'll get another damage on their turn.
Yeah,
Am
and so is
I-
our ship.
am I in 30 foot of it?
5, 10. Yes.
I would like to pull my maul off of my back.
Yeah.
I would like to move up to closer to it.
Yeah.
And then take a golf swing and punt it off the front of the boat.
Yes, do it.
I like it.
I rolled an 8, so 13.
13, yeah.
And that is 2d6 plus 3. For 11 points of damage.
Yeah, so you tell me what you do.
Like literally, it's sort of where its shield is. I want to sort of smack it in the middle of that and like literally hoof it off the front of the boat.
So you basically played golf with a kobold, a burning kobold. So you bellow and it flies shooting across the deck, flies off, joining its fellows in the
Watery
water.
abyss.
From where they came from, you hear a scuttling, and another 3 come up from that side.
Straight into the bonfire.
Yep.
Into the burning area. Yeah, so they're going to take whatever that damage. Can you roll your damage, Lou, again for me? See what they take. Seven.
Mm-hmm.
So they run up and immediately a blackened, charred mess as they run straight into the flame. And then
Maybe they should stop being so silly.
from this side of the deck, another 3 come up. And yeah, they're on this side of the deck. They seem to be like swarming from round the ship.
But if they run into the flames as well?
No, they've come up the far side. The flames are burning up this front end where you got Jackson and Charlie Boy. They've run up this side.
They're behind you.
They've come up behind Serial. They're going to make their and that's it. That's their turn basically. They've just managed to get onto the ship because they've had to climb up the side, so they've double moved. It's back round to Dan.
Oh, Matt just went.
Oh,
Jax is gone.
okay. We'll assume Jackson is just toasting a marshmallow on the end of it.
Oh, yeah, back.
All right. You right, Matt?
I can't hear him.
I don't know. My laptop got kicked off the Wi-Fi. So.
Okay. Back round to Dante.
Cool. I am going to use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark to the middle kobold.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to shoot him with the longbow that I now have out.
Okay, cool.
I got 12.
12. Hits.
Yes. So that's a... I do 11 damage.
Yeah, it kind of shoots through him and he's taken off the side of the boat, the middle one.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm going to step slightly forward so I'm not quite at the railing, hoping to God nothing comes up behind me.
Okay.
Sorry, can I just ask quickly what happened? So, they were coming up where I and Charles were in the bonfire, and now we got some on the side of the boat.
Yeah, those got set on fire.
Oh, okay, they just crispied.
Yeah, they literally walked into fire without noticing they'd walked.
Yeah, they was kind of rampantly scrabbling up, and then they ran into Serial's bonfire, which was still burning, and they just went and were eviscerated by the burning torrent.
We've still got one from the original 3, though, haven't we, at the front?
No, they all got burnt. That was Jackson golfed that one off. So you got just two on the side. You just got these 2 on the side at the moment, currently. Okay, so it's Charlie Boy's go actually. So Charles looks round and moves his move. So he is he can fly. He can fly 30 feet. So he's going to fly straight over to the guys within 5, and he's going to. He sees that they seem to be going down quite quick, so he's actually going to try and do multi attack. So he's going to one hand with his warhammer. Can you do that with a? Yeah, it's a melee, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Smashes that one and with a hit of, and then what's he going to get for damage? So 1d8. Literally gets the hammer and slams it down and flattens one of them onto the deck into a pile of animal bones and teeth. And the second one he's going to go at with his talons that are on his feet, and hits and slices through the other one, but is still standing there, kind of ribbons of flesh hanging from it as this birdman is sliced into its tiny lizard body. Serial, your go.
I am going to get my scimitar. There's only one left, isn't there?
Yeah,
it's right behind you
at the moment.
And I'm going to swing round and round and round, so I've got some momentum.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to hit the scimitar right in its head.
Okay, cool. Roll for your attack then.
Oh, wrong one. 3.
Was that your attack roll?
Sorry, that's the wrong thing. 11.
11. You miss with your mighty swirling. You've actually got a bit dizzy, and you swing above its head, and you spin a miss. But you do have your second attack
Second attack?
Then
with your arm, maybe, or a dagger if you've got a dagger.
I haven't got a dagger. Unarmed, I kick it in between its nuts, basically.
Okay. Where you
Not in between the legs, in between the nuts.
Yeah, that precise. That's elvish
That
intuition.
was so. I've got I've Elvis dexterity and all.
Yeah.
So
I
but
aim
not on that.
between the testicles.
You got a what?
8.
8 for a hit. Your hit roll.
Yeah.
You swing and a miss.
You only catch lefty.
Yeah, and it just seems to be like one of those monks that can take that kind of kick into the groin. It just looks at you with ribbons
Yeah,
of
like,
flesh hanging off its
I
face, and
Jackie Chan'd it, but it just looked at me with like,
yeah, its
No.
indignant face as it's already had its face torn to shreds by Charles, but doesn't feel pain from being kicked in the balls now. Basically, Jackson, your go.
Can I get up to him?
Sorry,
front of
you're
the boat?
up the front, up here.
Yeah, can I get up to him?
behind me. So
Yeah, you can run up. You're in 5 feet.
Yeah, I mean, just sort of hammer nail into the deck.
Yeah, go on then. So you're going to accompany Charles's kind of whack-a-mole option.
I miss. I got a 10.
10. Yeah, you swing your warhammer, no effect. And then so the kobold that's left goes for Charles because it's indignant that it's hit him in the face. +4. And misses with its dagger. And then from the far side of the deck, you see, you hear a scrabbling. And over this side, up jump another 2 and a slightly larger creature of the same ilk.
Of course there is.
Well, that's why you moved away from the edge.
That is exactly why I moved away from the edge.
But again, they would have had to double move to come up from where they were up the side of the boat, and they're on the boat now. So it's back to you, Dante.
I spin, seeing these creatures. I focus on the big one, use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark it,
Yeah.
and I'm now going to try and shoot it.
Okay.
Emphasis on try.
Yeah.
Aha! 16
Cool.
plus 7. 22?
22. Yeah, you hit.
23.
23.
23.
23. And come on, damage. So 9 damage. Oh, hang on. 12.
12 damage.
Okay.
That was quite a good hit.
Yeah, Hunter's Mark is a d6, d8 from a normal bow, and then +3 for my dexterity bonus.
Yeah, your dex bonus. Okay. So Charles is just there with the other one, and he's going to.
Is the big one dead then? Are we assuming the big one's dead?
He didn't say it was dead.
No.
No.
He didn't say what happened to it. He just went on to Charles.
Yeah, he just moved.
You fire the bow, it dags into the shoulder of this creature, but kind of just takes a nick out of its shoulder, and it just grunts unfazed.
Ouch. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, and then Charles, with his warhammer, splats another one into the deck with his warhammer, and then hears the commotion behind him and takes his bonus action to move, I guess, because he's going to have to move.
Move back.
You
Yeah.
can move
You do
anyway. He
action,
doesn't have to
move,
take a...
and bonus.
I'll move, and then bonus
Double
action
action.
would be to
So no, clerics don't. The good ones apparently.
can't get up close enough to do 2 weapon fighting. And he can't. Can he fire his crossbow because it's one-handed?
No, because that would have his action would have been to hit the other one.
Hit the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Action. Bonus action. Two-handed combat. Oh, because he's moved in between. Yeah. 2 weapon fighting. And he. But what he is going to do is he's going to cast as his bonus action. He's going to cast.
Spiritual weapon.
No. He's going to. Shield of Faith on himself. And give himself a buff of 2 to his AC. Oh, not that one. Shield of Faith. Cool. So
I'm very sad about the loss of my 2 daggers.
he just chucked them over the boat. Okay. So now it's Serial's go. Oh, it's splattered.
It's the one that was near me dead now. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see underneath the mast. If I take the crow's nest off, you're.
Oh yeah, I didn't say I back up as well, by the way, because you moved on
Okay.
before I did. So I backed up again.
So you can
So
see.
my first move is going to be just to move closer to the 3 that are over that side.
Yeah. Kind of beside Dante.
Am I within range of them now?
You're within. You got your sort of 20 feet maybe, unless you want to move right up for close combat.
I want to move right up for close combat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You run across the deck.
Okay. Yeah, because I haven't got anything. Dropped out the bloody game. Hang on.
You haven't got anything ranged.
I haven't got anything ranged to use, so I've got to hit them.
Okay.
With something. And then I get my scimitar and I just wallop them on the head with it.
Which one? The big one or one of the other ones?
I'm going to wallop the big one on the head.
Okay. So go for it. Go to roll your attack.
17.
It misses.
It misses. It's 17.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Okay.
Okay. Can I do it? Can I do it? I've got 2 rolls, haven't I? 2.
You got a bonus action. But sorry, 2 weapon fighting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you've got both swords out.
Well, I've used my weapon, so I'm now going to use my primitive savagery cantrip.
Oh no, you can't cast and do that, can you?
You can if it's a bonus action.
How long does it
Yeah.
take to cast? If you look on it, it'll tell you how long it casts. It say 1 action or.
Instantaneous. One
It's
action.
an action, so your attack.
It's an action, so no, you can't.
do both.
But you could make an unarmed strike.
You can kick him in the nuts again.
I'll kick it in the nuts again.
On it.
Well, it's a different one now. I'm just kicking. I don't like lizards. Kicking them in the nuts.
You're just like.
Don't let Killian hear you say that.
Killing dragons is different. I don't have an issue with dragons.
Big lizard.
It's little lizards I have problems with.
Well, this one's bigger.
Come on then. Do you
19, does that hit?
What was that?
19?
Oh yeah, you hit.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
So unarmed is 1 plus your strength modifier.
2.
Okay.
So not only did you bounce your sword off of its helmet, you then kicked it in the dick and actually hurt it.
Yeah. It's pretty
So
good.
the trick is to aim low and not aim high.
You distract it with a sword, the chip off the helmet, and then a quick shifty kick to the nuts. Okay, so it's Jackson's go. Jackson's, where are you doing?
Can I close with it? Have I got 30 foot? How wide is
Yeah,
it go?
5, 10. Yeah, you're in.
Okay. I'm going with the. Actually, I'd rather have less things swinging back at us, so I'm going to squish one of the little ones.
Okay.
15.
Yep.
Six damage.
Yeah, I think he's yeah, splattered. Yeah.
And fuck it, I'm going to action surge,
Okay.
and I'll go for the other little one. And I rolled a 1.
Oh, okay. Who's closest? Roll your damage. I think you might hit Sariel.
What's the bet? This is the 15.
Oh, please don't.
8.
8. You take 8 damage, Sariel, from Jackson's one. So you swing the warhammer, splat 1, get inspired to go on for another blast. Swing. The other one's seen the fate of its other one, ducks just below, and on the backhand as you swing round, you catch this high elf straight in the stomach with this hammer.
And now I'm only on 3. So I've only got 3 HP. So I'm.
I'd back up if I were you.
I wouldn't.
It's been walloped in the chest.
You might want
by
to disengage and back up, but you don't want to just back up.
Yeah, disengage.
That's what I mean. But on her turn, I'd get the hell out of there.
Yeah. So now it's these guys go. So
If she
Smaller-
survives that long.
yeah. So one of these is gone. The smaller one is going to go for Jackson.
Well, hopefully I'm the more threatening of the two.
Yeah. So you're gonna look more into. You've just hit your friend with with a hammer, so you are quite threatening, basically. So
You crushed their friend and then tried to crush your own.
19.
Yeah, that hits.
Then you take 5.
Okay.
And the second one is gonna.
Was that the big one or the little one?
That was the little one. And second one's gonna go. Nat 20.
Uh-oh.
And 1d8. So 4. And then misses with its second strike, so 4.
Okay.
And now it's back. We're back to the top of initiative now.
So I'm going to try and shoot the big one again
Okay, cool.
because it's still hunter's marked.
Yeah.
I miss it completely. I got a 3. So I didn't
yeah,
quite.
sails past its head. It just like doesn't even flinch. Its eyes are focused on Jackson and that mighty warhammer. Charles is the far side of is just kind of is standing by this pillar. Was kind of trying to get in partial cover there to cast from behind. And he is going to do. Gonna do
Cure wounds on cereal.
he can do that as a
Yeah.
bonus, so he's going to do that as a
Oh,
bonus.
with that healing word.
Yeah, healing word is a bonus.
Yeah,
so-
cure wounds. He has to actually touch him, I think. Yes, to touch her.
Yeah, I think. Hold on, let me see.
Where is Charles compared to me?
Which one? He's not far from you. He can come up behind you and cast over your shoulder, maybe.
Because that's what you want to hear. The giant bird's going to come up behind you.
And he's pretty in a state, and he's in a state of undress as well. Yeah, he can do healing word at you as
He's
a.
naked again. He's naked, always naked
So
now.
bonus action, he's going to do healing word on you, Serial.
How does that hit? How much does it heal me up by?
Hold on. Healing word. He's going to do 3. 6.
That's good.
You heal up by 6. That's a bonus action, and then his actual action, he's going to. So that's his last. He's going to cantrip. Yeah, he's going to. do that, and it's going to make a wisdom 13. There's a tolling bell in the air, and the creature takes a sudden pain to the stomach as this sound of this tolling bell smashes into its ears, and it takes 6 damage. Cool. Okay, so now it is your go, Serial. So you want to disengage rather than just say back up, because you'll get a choice attack.
Yeah, they'll both get attacks at you if you just back up. If you disengage, that's your bonus action, and then you can move away from it and cast a
I
spell.
thought disengage was a full action.
No, it's an action.
Yeah, that'll be your action, and then you can
So
move
the
away.
action is disengage. You then take your move action, and then you'd have a bonus action if you have a bonus action you can do.
Fair. Yeah, if that's your attack, actually, you can't attack.
At all.
Okay. So with basically, if you say I walk away, they will get to they'll both get an attack of advantage on you because you're trying to run away. If you disengage, that takes up your action part of your turn.
Yeah.
But then you can move away further if you want to back up and get away from them.
So I can disengage and move further.
Yeah. You can disengage and move to the other side of the boat without any problem at all.
Right. Well, I disengage and then go up the. Where are they?
They're here.
Where am I? So I'm going to disengage, and I'm actually going to go up towards the flames because I'm going to use shape water in a minute to put the flames out.
Okay, you can uncast your thing.
Yeah, use a concentration, so you just stop concentrating and the bonfire will go.
Yeah, so the bonfire.
Yeah, but the fire on the deck.
Yeah, the deck would probably be useful for putting out, so that is not a bad idea.
That was the one I was going for.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to.
Serial's sorting out the fire that she's done. That's your turn. So Jackson, what are you at?
Now I'm in the clear that there's no one else in swinging range.
Yeah. So you're not likely to smack Serial again. Okay. Yeah.
I will try and kill the little one again.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think I missed with a 10.
10.
Yeah.
You miss.
And then I would like to take my bonus action.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Second wind.
Okay.
Doesn't that just heal you?
Yeah.
Have you lost any health?
I'm like half health.
Oh.
Yeah. They stabbed you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. The big one concentrated on you once you hit Serial in the gut.
Yeah. So I healed for 7.
So yeah, you're still engaged with those two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not moving.
the bigger one's gonna swing at you and go for a. I kid you not.
Oh god.
Natural 20.
Again. Double damage.
Yeah. So what is it?
It's double dice, isn't it?
No, it's double damage.
Yeah, double what you roll, and then you don't double the plus.
Yeah, you don't double the bonus.
Yeah.
It's just the standard dice damage that's doubled.
Yeah. So it is a 4, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
And then with its second attack,
Oh god.
it swings and misses again.
It seems to be really good at that first swing.
Yeah.
But not too good at the second.
It's got like a gammy arm, like one side.
Yeah. No.
Practice its backhand, like it's not got one side. And the smaller one is going to run at you, Dante.
Great.
I would like an attack of opportunity.
I would also like to take it as a reaction to attack it.
Okay, yeah, go on. Go for the attack
What?
of opportunity first, then Jack.
Because it's run up to me. But
Yeah.
you can attack it first because it ran past you first.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, but it's just attacking you. It's not moved out of your threatened area.
No, but it's run into my threatened area.
That's fine.
I swear that was.
No,
No,
it's only
if it
moving
moves
out of your
out.
threatened area.
Okay.
Something.
Another 10.
A 10.
So I missed.
No, you swing and a miss again. So it's up to you, Dante, and
It's my turn.
18 plus.
It hits me.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at 4 damage.
Cool.
And yeah, we're back to the top. Dante.
I am going to shoot past that one
Mhm.
at the big one that I'm still concentrating Hunter's Mark on.
Okay.
I think you're at disadvantage though.
Yeah, because you were currently engaged.
I thought I was only disadvantaged if I tried to shoot the one that was attacking me.
No, because you're in melee combat, you're at
Yeah,
disadvantage.
because he's kind of distracting you. You probably would be better move would be to melee the dude in front of you.
That I can't though, because that would require me
drop your bow.
dropping everything, and
Oh yeah.
Well, you could move.
I'm
take
just gonna
take
shoot
back
the
a
one
box.
stood in front of me at disadvantage.
Yeah.
I'm just
the
gonna
bow.
shoot him.
Yep. Okay, go for it.
So disadvantage is 2, isn't it?
Yeah, you
2
take the
hits.
lowest of the two.
And you take the lowest.
7, 13.
Yeah, you hit it still. So you just
Nice.
draw the bow like this as it charges up to you.
Yeah, I got a 6 and a 7, but I have a +7, so I
Yeah.
just got the 6. So I do D8, 7 damage.
The arrow is so close that it cleaves the creature's skull in two and embeds in the
Nice.
deck.
Nice.
Its head just splits, but it's kind of half propped up on the arrow, like that's in the back because it's so short. It's still standing up with the arrow that's through it.
I love that.
Charles is going to let's do this. He's going to ring his bell again, and the creature passes its check. So, or did it? Yeah, it passed its check. So there's a tolling bell, and nothing seems to happen to the creature. It just hears this bell this time. It's got attuned to the sound of this this noise, and he can't do anything else at the moment. So now it is Serial's go. What are you up to?
I'm going to use shape water to put the fire out.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So I'm going to summon the sea from exactly where I'm standing, so off the front of the boat,
Mhm.
and there's going to be a jet of water comes up and sort of used round and goes onto the where the deck's on fire and puts out.
The cube of water comes up, and the bonfire that you had cast had already gone down because you cast another spell. And the water and the flames come down, and it puts out the fire. As you took that cube, you got a better look at the thing that was in the water. As you've been moving, it's been drifting slightly, and there is a metallic shape beneath it, and then the water suddenly fills in the space that you've taken out the cube of water from.
Right. Okay. So it's like a submarine of lizards.
Don't tell me it's yellow.
How did you get?
I said metallic. I didn't say.
Gold is a metal.
A solid gold kobold submarine.
I'll take it.
That is canon now in my head. Just beautiful. Like cruising through the ice streets. I love it.
Do you want anything from
No,
upstairs?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Night, guys. Sorry.
Night.
Okay, so you've gone and put the fire out. We're back to Jackson.
I would like to try and hit the big one.
Yeah.
Get off the boat and take the big swing with them all.
Yeah, go for it. Are you two-handed that?
Yeah, it's a two-handed maul.
Oh, it's a two-handed. Sorry.
16.
You miss. It slams into its armor plate on its chest, and it kind of just holds its position. And then it's going to retaliate to you. If I can find it, wherever it's gone. I've tried a different way. I've not put it into the encounter builder. I've just downloaded the stat blocks as an image. So try and do it, see if it's easier to run that way and just manually control the initiative order.
Yeah.
10 plus 14.
Hit.
What armor are you wearing?
Studded leather.
7 and 7, 14.
So I don't take the last 7. Instead, I relentless endurance-ness, and I stay to 1 hit point.
Okay. Then we're back round to
Me.
no, is the little one had his attack? No, he hasn't had his
I
attack.
killed it. I pinned it to the deck
Oh, you
with
did,
an
you
arrow.
did. Sorry, you're still on. Sorry, it's my fault. Right, okay, yeah, back to Dante. Still got your hunter's mark on the other one, or does
Yep.
it take concentration?
It does, but I'm still alive, hopefully. I think.
With you attacking, doesn't that break your concentration?
Attacking
if
doesn't,
you take
being
damage.
attacked does.
Okay.
Taking damage does.
Yeah, so if you take damage, you have to roll a concentration check. If
Yes.
it's
Okay.
save against
So, con
10
save.
or half the damage taken, whichever's.
What was the damage I took? I took 4 damage.
So you need to make a con save and get a 10.
Okay. That's with a 20, isn't it?
The D20 plus.
I got an 11 and I've got a +2.
Yeah, so you're fine.
So I'm
you're
fine. So I'm still hunter's marking. I shoot at it.
Okay.
And I apparently used up all my luck and got a nat 1.
You fire, and I guess you roll it against Jackson because he's the closest.
Do I have to try and hit him or just the damage?
You rolled the hit, so that's the hit and miss.
I've killed him. I get a +3 on my damage. So either way, he's lost his last hit point.
So, yeah, I'll be unconscious.
No matter what I get.
Okay, Jackson goes down.
Sorry, Jax.
And then it is Charles's go.
So you want to use healing on Jack, see if he can.
Charles has got 0 healing on him. So he needs to come over and do a medicine check, really.
Yeah, you use healing kit or whatever it is.
Yeah. Has he got something that is a cantrip that he can do as a
Oh my god.
sacred flame, cure wounds? He's used all his spell slots.
If not, I can do it.
Okay, so he's gonna try. So he's gonna move to. No, he's gonna stay where he is because he's gonna be an immediate threat. He's gonna bellow at him. You blackguards! Taking down my dear friend Jackson there. And then he's gonna be really he's gonna just take a shot at the creature with the pull off his back crossbow. Because he was casting with one hand, he had his crossbow in hand. And he misses. Fires a crossbow at the creature and misses. Now it's Serial's go.
I'm going to go over to Jackson. So my first move is a move.
You can probably make it about here with your move. You can
So
double move and be up
Gonna
to.
have to double.
I'm going to have to double move then, aren't I? And then
Yeah.
on my next go.
Sorry, I shot you in the back, Jack.
Do I get any bonus? What?
Uh,
I don't understand the bonus stuff.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
I wanted to use my healing on him.
So
It
you,
would just be a medicine skill check, I think.
I think you can just cast healing, can't she?
It depends.
If she's got a spell.
If it's cure wounds, that's an action.
Yeah.
If it's healing word, you wouldn't have had to move, and you could cast it as a bonus action.
Where are you? What have you got, Lou?
So what spell is it?
I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. Hang on. Cure wounds.
So that's an action. So you have to wait till the next turn to do that.
You have to wait till the next turn, but you're up next to Jackson, sort of like sheltering his body. I'll say, like kind of like looking after him, looking over him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to make a strength check, Lou? Not like there's a kind
Drag
of
him away.
Yeah.
I don't think she heard.
No, I did hear. I'm just trying to find it.
Just front page, first page.
18.
Oh yeah, so you run over and with your force, you kind of, as you see Jackson fall, you roll with him into the kind of captain quarters and slam the door shut.
So I sort of
You're
put
now
that away.
inside the captain's quarters here in cover behind this door.
Sorry, Dante, you're on your own. Oh,
It's all right.
well,
I've got by far the most health. I think I've still got more health than you start with.
yeah, I've only got 11.
So where are we? We are now. Jackson can't go. Jackson, you've got to make your death save.
No, fail.
Oh no. That's all right. You got Serial with you. She'll heal you, so you'll be all right. So, Dante.
I'm going to shoot the damn thing again.
Okay.
I missed. I did not get a 1 this time, though.
Okay.
I got a 4.
Okay.
So I'm assuming an 11 misses
Yes, it does. I'm
Yeah, I
afraid.
think 19 missed it.
it.
19 just got it.
Yeah, 18 missed it.
Here we go. So 16 plus. What am I doing?
Can I draw?
Go on. What?
Yeah, can I drop and draw? I've shot, missed, and I just drop my bow and I draw my swords.
Okay. Yeah, that can be your. Yeah. You change
That's
it.
my entire thing. That's just, I don't move, I don't do anything. I just.
Okay. Charles fires the crossbow again and goes into the creature's shoulder. And it kind of bellows with a kind of lizard rays and turns towards Charles. Not bothered by Jackson, by Dante because he missed again.
It's terrible aim.
Yeah. So Serial, it's your go. What you need to do is do a medicine check.
Well, no, if she's just casting cure wounds.
Oh no, just heal. Just heal. Sorry, just heal. Just cast your spell healing.
Yeah,
And you got.
that's what I'm doing then.
I think it's D8 plus whatever your modern wisdom is.
When I get to my spells.
Yeah, you can just roll it on D&D Beyond without. It'll tell you how much you're healing by.
How are you? Spells.
Boop, 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 boop.
6.
6.
You're up.
Cool. You're back off the floor. You kind of come round, shake your head, and wipe some of the blood from your face where the creature had.
Pull the arrow out of your back.
Yeah, and pull the arrow out of your back from look at it like that you didn't know where it came from. Your half-orc brain doing the calculations and then realizing who had bows on the boat. who had a bow. You realize that it was Dante.
I've just found something I can use at range.
What's that?
Thunder Wave. It's a spell, but I can use it.
Yeah, you could have used that. You could have, yeah, and that might have been a great thing. So you could maybe use that in a minute, like
Yeah.
keep it
I
in
use
mind.
that in a minute.
Yeah, if it's
Forgot
still
I had it,
alive.
alright.
Or you could keep the only heal spell left on the boat.
Yeah, you have got the only heal spell. Has anyone got?
Yeah, maybe
potion?
don't use any spell slots.
Yeah.
We might need them.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if we've got anything else that I can heal with.
I mean, it's only cure wounds and
Yeah, I thought I had a potion of healing, but I think that's in a different character. So, I knew didn't you, Lou? Didn't you get some potions of healing from when they were mixing
Oh
potions?
yeah, I've got another potion, haven't I? So yeah, I've got two.
There's a potion of healing definitely in the party somewhere. I think
Yeah.
maybe Killian has it, but he's asleep. While this chaos is going on aboard the boat.
I have got another cure wound, so I won't do any more spells.
Yeah.
Hold on for that.
The kobold. What's he gonna do?
right, me now.
Yeah, Jackson, you'll go.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
So I would like to stand up for half my movement,
Yeah.
and I'm inside the captain's quarters.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just inside the door here. So that door relates to here on the map. Sorry.
Okay, I would like to pull out my hand axes,
Yeah.
kick open the door,
Yeah.
and take a step forward and take a swing at the thingy with one of the hand axes.
I'm gonna let you do advantage on both attacks. I'm gonna say coming at it. It thought you were down. It thought you were dead, and did not expect you to suddenly burst back out with two axes in your hand and charge towards it. So
I rolled double 11, so I missed because it's that 16.
no, you get. I'll let you get like advantage on both attacks. So what's your roll
So you
twice
can-
and take the better on?
I
each-
missed with the first one
Oh, okay.
because I rolled 11 twice,
Okay.
and I rolled 11 and a 6, so I missed with the second attack as well.
So you stumble out of the door, swinging your axes wildly, and sort of actually run past him like that. He sees this crazy wielding half orc come spinning past him, and kind of looks back to where he came and sees like an elf like I just healed that guy. Like, and he just charged back.
Just
at-
points behind it and points at me. Just get him.
So then it's going to go for Charlie because Charlie just shot it with an arrow. So it's going to move up.
If
Oh,
I can still
Attack
use,
of opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, I've got to hit this thing eventually. 18 to 23.
Yes! Come on! Take this thing down.
For 4 damage.
Okay. It's looking bloodied.
Nice.
Quite bloodied. So it runs towards Charles and gets a. Does it hit? 11. Yeah, hits. And second one. Oh no. Okay, so the first one hits.
Don't tell me you got another nat 20.
No, you got a nat one. And then
Buries its sword in the mast.
8. Charles collapses to the deck.
Oh God.
Down on the deck. And then he's got to roll the damage for himself. With that again, that sort of second swing that he seemed to be really gammy at doing, he knocks himself for pretty hard in the leg, and is he's sort of unable to move very far now. So he's like hobbling along the place, and And it's Dante's go.
As I've dropped my bow stupidly, I will charge forward at it.
Yeah.
And attack it with my swords.
Okay, cool.
I got. Oh, I missed with that. And great, I missed with them both.
Okay, it's Charles's go. He can't do anything. Serial, it's your go.
No.
I am going to move
Death save.
Sorry?
closer to it.
Death save for Charles.
Oh, death save for Charles, yeah. 14.
That's a pass.
Yeah.
He's not dead. He's not dead. He's not dead.
You just see
I've
Charles's,
used like all of my stuff.
you see Charles's chest just rising and falling on the deck, but he took a mighty slash with that last attack. Go on, Sarah, what are you doing?
I'm going to move over towards Charles.
Okay, so you're coming up here past him.
I wouldn't go past him.
No,
Wait.
past is not leaving his threatened thing. You can go round him without a problem. It's only if you go away from him. So you could get to Charles because you're going around his threatened area.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go to Charles, and I'm going to use my last healing on him
Okay.
in a minute when I get to it. Ten.
Okay, so he's up to 10. Okay.
On the upside, when Dante gets another go, you're flanking, so you get advantage.
True. I just can't believe how terrible my aim is.
Yeah, you have absolutely sucked shooting today.
Okay, so I'm pretty healed now, but I'm just going to check my inventory to make sure it isn't me that's got the healing potion.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that you mixed them up when you did that puzzle.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can't. How do I get to in my inventory? I can't find it.
The equipment, I think.
Under equipment. Sorry,
Just
my
keep
phone-
scrolling. Eventually, you'll get there.
My
Yeah.
phone is absolutely being so weird. We're trying to apply that healing back to Charles. Okay, so
Oh, weird. When I tried it, it didn't like it, and it threw it to 7, and then didn't apply it, and still had me down as
yeah,
death.
I couldn't put anything back on. It was like going, you've got
So
4.
I clicked. So where the boxes went to death saves and the
Yeah.
thing, you click on that, it opened another side panel,
Yeah,
and then I did 6 heal, and then you had to go down to the underneath bottom section of that to apply it, and then it threw it back into the 6 health and got rid of death saves.
yeah. How weird's that? Yeah, it's kind of gone back now. It's sorted, I think. So I'm at 10. Serial Jackson.
Okay, I would like to move up, so I am on the other side of the thingy from Charles, which should then give me advantage.
Yeah,
But axe swings at this thing's back of the head.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, I've got 2 potions of healing.
23
Panic over, guys.
You hit it.
for 7 and 17.
No.
That's me done.
Okay. It spins around after being bonked on the back of its armor. It had like Sarah's beside it, healing it up. Misses. And it's looking really manky because again on that second swing.
It does not do well, does it?
Yeah, it's looking really, really not good. Back to Dante.
All right, let's try this again.
But you should have advantage now because of Serial.
Yeah.
Well, got a 20. Well, I got 15, but then I've got +5, so it's 20
Yeah,
on my first swing. So let's
only
see.
once it's completely crippled.
Can I hit it?
No, it's once you surrounded it.
Hang on, I'll swing the second one just to see what I get with that.
Okay.
I got a 12 and an 8, so 17. So no, I only hit it with the first
Yeah.
shot.
Hit with the first one.
So the first one is a D6 plus a D6 for my Hunter's Mark, which is still on it because it's decided it doesn't seem to like hitting me. Mother, I do 6 damage.
How do you want to do it?
I want to cut off its head. So
Okay.
swing. I go to swing with one sword and I clip it on its shoulder and it just bounces off. The other sword comes through and parts its neck perfectly.
Okay. So the head flies up in the air and pirouettes up in the sky. And as Charles sits up from Serial healing him, this lizard head lands in his hands and he perfectly catches it. He's like, oh, jolly good job, Dante. And he kind of turns it round and moves its jaw up and down. Wait, look at that. and you've defeated the creature that was on the boat. Well done, everyone.
Nice.
That was a bit hectic. Well done.
Everybody died.
Everybody died.
I am healing woman. I just healed we all.
Yeah. That's kind of like druid role played really well. Like I like
Yeah.
that. Like so, the only way you could be more healy is if you were a cleric, basically. Like
Pretty much.
Like druids have got the kind of
So more Healy. So you did how many heals against the cleric heals?
well,
Druid chap is more Healy.
Charles
about-
is basically in platform boots, and you've just got a nice pair of like kitten heels on.
In like 2 or 3 levels, I'm taking healing spirit now. I wasn't gonna, but I'm gonna now.
Okay, cool. So so you've got the head of this thing. There's several splatted bodies from where Jackson and Charles had warhammered these creatures into the deck.
I'm going to wipe my axes off of them on it and sort of hang them back on my belt. And then I'm going to go and recover my maul that should be on the floor somewhere where I got knocked over.
Yeah, you pick everything up and you regain.
Yeah, I'm gonna sheathe my swords after wiping it and go and collect my bow that I unceremoniously threw away.
And then I'm going to take an arrow and turn around to Dante and go, I believe this is yours.
I'm gonna just really sheepishly take it back. Going, sorry.
Charles gets up from the floor and he bows it to Serial and says, "Thank you, my good lady. I don't know what happened there. Thank you for the healing."
You're welcome.
Can I just go? Did Killian not hear any of that?
You probably need to go and check on Killian.
Yeah.
they're-
Should we go
they're
and
like-
check on the sleeping dragon person who didn't
Well,
notice any of that?
I'm just more concerned with whatever their craft is still below us.
Okay,
What, the
so-
gold submarine?
Yeah, the cold lizard sub. Charles stands up and he walks over to one of the splats that he's done, and he is gonna make that funny sound. No, it's not.
A little tune, yeah.
He goes, "Dante, would this be of any good to you?" As he rolled an 18, he pulls up a small. It was a sword, a short sword for the kobolds, but it looks like a pretty handy dagger.
Yes. That would be perfect. Thank you, Charles.
So he hands it over to you and he says, "I suspect the other 3 that are splatted on the deck could have similar accoutrement."
I'm going to go around and collect them.
So you go and get another. There's another with those creatures. There's 3 daggers in total.
Can I poke around the main one?
Yeah, you can. So you find on him, he's carrying a rather splendid rapier. It's nothing particularly special, but it has got a slightly jeweled hilt. So there's a green gem in the hilt of it.
Okay.
And you find and he's wearing a breastplate, and he has on his back a shield as well.
If you don't want the rapier, I will take the rapier and you can keep the gem. I'll trade you a scimitar.
It's not really me.
I know.
It's a little
So,
bit
It's a little bit flimsy.
flimsy.
yeah.
Who wants a rapier?
You can put it into the stores if you wanted to. That's something you can do on the ship. You can put it in the kind of weapon locker aboard.
Yeah, hold.
Yeah.
Can I keep the rapier and put one of my scimitars in there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of my scimitar then.
So the stores is down where the animals are.
Cool.
Weapons.
Are we gonna rest, recuperate, bandage?
Well, I was gonna go check on Killian to make sure nothing crawled through a window or something while we weren't paying attention.
I would like to shape water and see if I can see what's on that. Is that boat still underneath?
You'd need to take a long rest before you could do such a thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was a can.
Oh, is it a
Yeah,
cantrip?
it's a cantrip.
Oh no, sorry, you wouldn't. Yeah, cool. Yeah, can go and do it.
We're going to do that then.
Okay, so you shape water again. This time focusing specifically on the area above the vehicle that they're approaching, and you pull it apart, a cube of water above it, and hold it back, force it away, and you can see that there is a hatch.
We've got some rope on board, haven't we?
I've got rope in my stack.
Plenty of
if
rope.
that
You're on the
counts.
boat. You plenty of rope.
There's
No
loads of
trouble
rope.
with rope.
I
Days.
am going to keep out the rapier that I've just acquired because I'm very happy,
Mhm.
and drop the rope over the side. Who would like to come with me?
Do I have to stay up on board so I can keep the water apart?
No, yeah.
You would have to probably concentrate. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have to
So-
stay up and keep the water apart.
While Sariel concentrates, I'm going to shimmy down the rope
How big is this boat
in
thing?
onto the top of the boat.
You estimate it only to it's about half the size of this boat, so it's
Okay.
very short.
Yeah, I'm going to shimmy down and go into
Charles
the hatch.
grabs you on the shoulder and says, "My dear boy, let me help." So he
Can I
actually-
suggest something?
sorry.
Yeah,
You said there's a hatch, right?
yeah.
Why don't we just open the hatch and then back off?
Well, I need to be on top of it to
Yeah,
open.
you need to get down to it. It's at water level.
Okay, so
She's having to hold the
I'll
water
lower-
open.
I'll lower you down.
Okay.
You twiddle the hatch or whatever it is you do to a hatch to open it, and then it sinks.
I know, but I want to see if there's anything in it.
You want to look inside the submarine?
Yeah, I want to look
There's
inside.
got
The
to be a
submarine.
way of opening it because they come out.
Yeah. So you climb down. Jackson lowers you on a rope down,
Mhm.
and you open it.
Yeah.
And Charles flaps and flies above to look down in it to kind of give you advantage to look in.
Yeah.
And there is just the most awful smell as you open this thing, as you imagine that there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kobolds crammed inside this tiny submarine for you don't know how many days hunting in these waters.
God.
And you're not overcome. Make a con check. Con save, sorry.
I rolled a 15,
Yeah.
but my bonus is 2.
Oh,
17.
Yeah, you're fine. So you manage to hold this with the stench that comes out. You manage to hold your stomach in. Charles is too far away to see it, and it kind of aerates, and you're standing at this hatch.
I'm going to drop in to see if there's anything in there.
Okay, it's very tight when you get inside there. Kobold are so short in their stature.
I might just have my 2 that once were kobold swords, but now daggers. I'm going to have them out instead of my rapier because
Yeah.
it's too small.
So you manage to shimmy your way into the thing, and you're crouched. You can see towards one end, you see light and what appears to be a cockpit. You see to the right of you, there are several small seats with like leather strapping and equipment and stuff.
I'm going to have a mosey.
You
Do I see anything?
You uncover make an investigation.
Investigation. 9.
You uncover 100 gold.
Woo.
And you find no other stuff in there really of any interest, just sort of spare clothing, rag-like t-shirts, like cloth t-shirts for them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is it not going to be any good for our small boat?
Yeah, I was thinking that. If I shimmy along to the pilot bit, could I theoretically sit in there and pilot it?
You would have disadvantage because of your size.
Is anyone smaller than me?
We've got a pixie.
That's true. And also, I think
no.
Sariel's tiny.
We have a pixie and a
And
gnome.
a dwarf.
You have a gnome, a pixie, and a dwarf.
All right, so I'm going to shuffle back out and climb back out, seal it, and say, can someone chuck me another bit of rope?
Okay.
And I'm going to tie it to there's got to be some sort of hook or something on the
Yeah,
outside.
yeah. There's plenty of sort of hooks and
Yeah.
balls and stuff.
Tie it to that, and then get someone to tie it to the railing so that we're dragging it with us.
Cool. Yeah. So Charles comes down and swoops and grabs you off the boat and lifts you back to the deck. And you
And I go,
also-
everyone, I found gold.
and so you go, oh, very good. We'll put that into the stores as well. So that can be like communal. So if someone wants to keep a record of that communal kind of thing, like a warehouse person, that would be grand. If someone wants to take ownership of that, that would be grand.
I'll do that.
Don't do me. I'll probably steal it.
Okay, cool. So you've got what did you put into
I'm
stores?
joking. I won't steal it.
You put a
There's
sword in.
100 gold and a scimitar.
Yeah, there's
scimitar.
currently 100 gold and a scimitar.
Okay, so that can be like a shared pool to work from.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're back on deck. You're all pretty bruised and bloodied and feeling pretty rubbish. And you've got a submarine lashed to the side of the boat now.
We've still got a small problem with the stowaway.
Yep.
Somewhere.
And a Killian, who for some reason didn't notice us kill all these kobolds and all the screaming and the dying and the wall smashing things.
Yes,
But
I
are
believe
you
we should
feeding these
definitely
to
go
the
and see
wolves?
if Killian's okay. As you,
Yes.
Are you guys feeding these to the wolves?
Should we make a pile of them to take them down when we solve the immediate crisis?
Yeah, we searched the rest of the bodies and there's nothing else that they're of any use.
they didn't have any. They were just little scaly little dragons with their little tiny shields. They had the daggers. The bigger guy had the sword as mentioned, and it looked like they kept all their stash was in their little sub.
Which we now own.
We now know.
I've also put the kobold breastplate and the shield in the stores as well.
Okay, yeah, because it doesn't.
Do you not
fit.
want to wear the breastplate?
It'd be
It's
far
oh.
too small for orc.
that would cover one of my shins.
You could have a very well armored shin.
I'm assuming it's too small for any of us to wear, even though that was a large
no,
kobold.
no.
It'd be
could
too
probably
large
wear
for the
it.
pixie. The gnome might fit it,
Yeah, Taj would fit.
but then you've got to see if she's proficient with it.
True.
Yeah. Okay. So you make your way downstairs and find this in the bed where Killian is laying. He is just pouring. He didn't even know dragons could sweat as much as they. He is covered in like a fine layer of sweat, and he rocks to and fro, and he's mumbling something in this.
Draconic?
I unfortunately don't speak Draconic.
Ah, the one you didn't speak.
Hang on, I'm gonna have to go nip to the loo quickly, so I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, cool.
Literally, I speak Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Infernal, and Orc. I just don't speak Dwarvish. I don't speak Draconic.
I think
How many languages have you got?
Well, I get 2 for being a ranger, I get another 3. I think I get another 2 for being an outlander, and I get elvish and
For being
common for
an
being
outlander.
a half elf.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Where are
So
the
quite a few.
languages? Can somebody tell me where the languages are? Of the...
Languages are under description,
It's-
I think.
Yeah. Oh no, actually, it's
No, features.
proficiencies in languages. It's just
Proficiencies
before
in
description.
languages. Press on the waffle and you'll see it.
I found it. Yeah, I speak Draconic.
Ah, okay. So you understand him saying,
They're coming. They're coming through. Coming through.
So he thinks they
Oh,
were coming
bugger.
through the walls. So we're talking about the lizards.
Or something's coming through.
you have no idea what he's dreaming about. You have make an insight, Lee.
Okay, hang on.
Sorry, Serial. You know what? It's so easy.
19.
Sorry?
19.
19. You believe that whatever Killian is dreaming about,
Mhm.
it's not the kobolds.
Right, okay.
All right.
Do you relay that to Dante?
Yeah, so I don't think it's the kobolds he's dreaming about. I think it might be something else. Not sure what, but I don't think it's kobolds.
Can I use medicine to check if he's been poisoned or something?
Yeah.
11.
You're unable to diagnose any problem with him. So Charles sort of straightens his clothes and looks over at him. He says, I could maybe do more for him, but I have no power within me left for today. I must rest. I must and prepare to be able to help him through this malady.
I think we all must, but we
got
still have the
medicine.
problem of
Is there
someone
medicine
being
now?
on this ship who shouldn't be. We may never wake.
Well, I have a theory. If we gained someone at Mindigress, we have been at sea for nearly a week and a half, maybe now, sailing down the coast, discovering you guys, but the other day.
True.
And at this point, we only have the rumor of missing food.
Does it help that I think I know where they might be?
What do you want to do?
It's up to you guys. I was just going to say, I think they might be with the 4 humans who refused to leave their room
Ah,
and who were very shady this morning when I walked past them.
hmm.
Do you want to go and check in their room quickly? So you're on the same deck as them?
Up to you two.
Yeah, so I go because I'm sort of
Familiar with them.
familiar with the humans.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should. We'll all.
We'll all go.
So we all approach to the other end of this deck. And what are you asking, Dante or Serial?
I think we need to move with caution and just come over and say, hello guys. We may have somebody else on board. We might have picked up somebody else on board from Mindigress. You don't need to know anything about that, do you? We haven't seen anybody on board that we didn't have at the beginning.
They look at you with confused expressions.
Okay.
We don't know anything of anyone else on board.
Who's in there?
Just the 4 of us.
Does anyone want to ask if we can have a look?
Maybe come in and just have a look around, see if there's anybody hiding maybe away from you that you may not have seen.
You're most welcome to. So you walk in and you see this small area that Grench has prepared for them. It's pretty standard to the rest of the ship. Again, there's the little bunks fashioned out of bits of crates and stuff like that. And you look in and you don't see anybody else other than the 4 of the people that are in there. Simil, Greta, Hans, and Malk.
I'll do a perception check to make sure there isn't anything sort of hidden.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Your perception would just be looking in the room.
The other one
Yeah.
you
Want to look for,
Investigation.
think about.
Investigation.
Yeah, do you want me? I might check on the walls.
Okay, so you serial perception, Dante investigate.
I know I'm not there, but as a suggestion, you might also want insight to see if you actually believe that they're telling the truth when they say, no, we know nothing about this.
Yeah. Well, no, you're with them, Jackson. You walked up with them, I think.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do.
I got a 19 on investigation.
I've got 10 on perception, so I won't be.
You
able to
don't
see
see anything
else.
different. What did you get, Jackson?
I got a 19.
In insight.
Yeah.
3. So yeah, I think they're blatantly telling the
Yeah,
truth.
they're absolutely telling the truth. And Dante, you feel around the walls. You discover underneath one of the pillows a small symbol on a chain, and you discover under one and on another one you find a small figurine, like a little doll. And Greta stands up immediately and snatches it back from you. But you still got the symbol from the other pillow in your hand. She says, "That's mine."
What's the symbol?
The symbol is hard to make out, but it is a little disc with fangs upon it.
Can I show it to Sarah to say, have you seen this before? Also, have I seen it before?
Sariel, you have seen this symbol before.
Mm-hmm. But your insight check?
You
Oh, I think I know what it is.
you know what it is. It's immediately. You've seen it round the round a gnome's neck. You saw it around the gnome's neck that was tossing bodies into a fiery pit.
Oh.
That same token was in his pouches, actually, not around his neck.
So
Is this a drawing weapons scenario, or like I all I know is her go? Apparently, because they've obviously not told me about the dwarf.
So we were in a volcano, and there was a dwarf tossing
Gnome.
a gnome tossing individuals into a pit, and then that pit was those bodies were turning into like a white sludge that was blocking up the river.
Did you kill the gnome
Yes.
convincingly, or just made him disappear?
We threw him into a volcano.
That sounds convincing.
That's a pretty convincing kill.
Yeah, that sounds convincing.
Yeah, if he survived that, he's bloody clever.
Can I have a look at this thing?
Yeah.
And I don't know whether or not it would be Arcana, History, or Religion to try and work out what it actually is.
History, it will be.
History, because I'm awesome at that. But I rolled a nat 20. So I'm awesome at that.
You know that this symbol from your you've seen this symbol used in different sort of formats and representations on necklaces and pendants and in books that have been scribed in before, although it has many different kind of permutations of this symbol, but it all refers to the Great Moor, which is the fire side of the planet of Earl. You know that the central lake rumored on the other side of fire, where the star fell, is often called the Great Moor, and that is what this symbol represents.
Shall we ask them whose this is? Didn't Greta say it was hers? Or was
No.
that just the
Greta's
doll?
grabbed the doll from you and said it's hers.
Yeah.
Alright. So
Does
who
any-
sleeps here? And point at the pillow that I found it under.
Malk, the younger of the two brothers, kind of hangs his head.
Mm-hmm. Mulk, is this
What's
yours?
this?
He says, I stole it
From
From
whom?
who?
from that fat, bloated idiot.
What fat bloated idiot?
Back in Mindergress. I was wandering around the streets and you'd given us free reign. We could go where we liked. We'd done all the work on the ship. We want to get our feet on dry land.
Oh, the guild. The man that was running the guild.
He looked like he could be a guildmaster. Fat, bloated fellow. Many chins. Great
What's his
brocaded outfit.
name? What's his name?
His name was Hune Blotsworth.
Hune of Blotsworth, and he was a complete arse. So we now know
Walking
Hune.
past, he was shouting at this poor little fella, like
Yeah.
a full-on go at him, and I hated it. But I could see that dangling from his back pocket on like a keychain was just this little silvery thing, and wow, I just grabbed it, made a grab for it, and this was what was on the end of it. I managed to get away. He didn't notice me.
Do we believe him?
Insight. You can do it all together. Make it group one.
9.
16. Why do I get all the good rolls when it's useless?
Hey, knowing that we've got some random nut bar cultist on the boat is actually useful, so that's not a useless roll.
7.
Sorry?
7.
7. You're unsure if he's telling the truth.
Have any of you three seen this before?
We didn't know he had it, says Greta. And Hans nods and says, Mark's been known to pick a few pockets in his time.
So
So we got these 4 in here. The other 2 are asleep, apparently. Killian's sweating and unconscious. And everyone else is up top.
I'm
need to,
interested.
I
Did you
need
guys
to.
hear the dragon on the bottom and then the battle on deck?
Yeah, sorry. I was just so pleased that you made it through the battle. I got I was like, oh my god, they're all gonna die. I don't want to kill them all. So you're down here, so interrogating at them in their room.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I need to do a more detailed search of the boat.
Yeah, there's someone on this boat. So we're going to need at least one of us on every floor to make sure that they don't just pop up and move around when we're not looking.
well, there's enough people in the boat and in the crew that we can have someone on a shift for watching each level, probably all the time.
But
So
do we trust any of these 4?
Well, I've known them for about 15 hours.
I was going to say, I don't trust them. I don't know them.
I'm gonna leave you guys to it. I'm gonna go back upstairs, and I'm gonna pick up one of the little kobold bodies, and then with a hand axe, I'm gonna butcher off a sort of a drumstick off each leg, and then I'm gonna go down and see the animals,
okay.
and I'm gonna feed the doggies.
Feed the doggos.
So you go down and feed the doggos, and then you kind of gingerly put it through. Tell me how you feed them.
Well, I'm actually proficient in animal handling, so I'm actually going to try and sort of make friends with them. So I'm going to attempt to train said doggies in a sort of
Back in a minute.
Yeah.
So I will sort of offer it to them, and if they try and snap, I'll pull it back, and until they accept it
Okay.
willing. So,
So you go and offer it to them, and they sniff, but then kind of just turn away and lay down.
okay.
They
Is
lick
there,
their lips like it's something they would eat.
okay.
I'm gonna just walk through the middle floor and check every room
Okay.
to see if I spot
So-
anyone who shouldn't be there.
Charles says he comes up to Dante and says, I really think before we go much further that I myself certainly, and Jackson was looking pretty bruised. If we find something, we must be prepared. I
True.
think we set up in one area of the boat, anchor the boat, keep watch all through the night to make sure none of us are attacked unawares, and then move forward when we are all rested.
I agree, Charles. That sounds like a good plan.
So does someone want to go and get Jackson, because Jackson's gone?
Yeah, I'll go downstairs to go and tell Jackson that that's what we're doing,
Okay, Jackson. what do you want to
and
do?
suggest that we may want to take our rest on the top deck. That way, if anyone tries to escape the boat, we'll see them, and no one can nick our submarine.
Okay.
Jackson, what do you think?
Oh,
Let these guys out and take them for a walk or something.
sorry, go again. You froze.
Are we going to take these out and let them go for a walk or something? Oh.
Well, we're a day from land, so we don't have to. They'll get walked effectively tomorrow because we'll just let them free. I think we need to find whoever's on this boat.
It's up to you. It's up to you, Jackson. Obviously, you're
You're the only one who can get them out of the thing. They made me sit on nails last time.
Well, I'm rolled. They may not be trained. I'm just in there. I'm trying to make friends with them and sort of, see if they can be trained.
Do you want to make an animal handling check?
Leave
then?
them in the cage for now. They've been quite happy in the cage all boat trip.
Although
11.
Killian has been walking them.
11.
11. You approach the cage and they don't seem to react to you at all.
For good or ill.
Okay.
Okay. So you proceed your way upstairs with Charles, and Charles listens to Dante's plan of setting up watch on the top deck. Are you setting sail or are you holding still in the water?
Do we want to set sail so we get to land as soon as
Yeah.
possible, and then
Right.
more just off the coast?
Well, we can sort of take a breather, have lunch, and sort of then get underway.
Okay.
I think we can eat and sail. We've got plenty of people on
Yeah,
the
we
cruise.
can all rest, I'd say. We've all
I
got
was
enough
meaning to take a
time.
short rest.
Okay.
Well, no,
So
I think we've got enough time for a long rest because you can do watch, can't you?
Yeah.
So, like someone can always be up.
you,
Yeah.
all of the crew, including the 4 humans, because Charles suggests that you should all gather in the same place and wake the others, including Harsel and Taj. Make your way up to the upper deck
Mhm.
and gather round the mast. Round the helm.
Mhm.
And Charles relays to them the current situation. Just says, there's something strange about the boat. Runist says that there is a peculiar occurrence. There are things missing, but we must rest. as we are able to fight and we must rest. Will you watch? And Harsel doesn't normally take any instruction from anybody else, but he kind of sees Charles as second in command. Harsel's kind of the first mate in a way to Killian. That's kind of how the structure seems to have formed. And he says, "Of course, we'll watch the boat. Don't worry." So you guys all settle down as much as you can on the top deck for a long rest, and that is where we'll leave the adventure today.
Cool.
Yeah, well done,
Sounds
guys.
good. Did we get any XP from killing all the kobolds?
Yeah. Can I message you it when I've worked it
Yeah,
out?
that's fine.
Yeah, cool. I'm going to stop the recording.